Okay, so just 8 minutes till start time. We'd ask the free surfers to make their way in, please, or go way south. Okay, so there's a set coming, and it looks to me like it's got about 4 or 5 waves in it, so if all free surfers could make their way out of the contest area on this set, it's about 30 seconds away. We want you all going left, right, share the waves, and clear the area because we're down to inside 5 minutes till start time. Great looking waves today. It just should be an epic finals day. Okay, 1, 2, 3 more waves. So we want you all out of there.
Morning everyone and welcome to finals day here at the Taiwan Open of Surfing, beautiful Jinzun Harbor, Dongyi Township, Taitung in the southeast corner of Taiwan. Chris Binns in the booth, joined by True Starling, and True, that is pretty as a picture. Set the scene for what we've got in front of us today.
Oh, isn't it absolutely divine out there? Finals day, as you mentioned, Binzy, we've got semis and finals today, and we are wrapping up Taiwan Open of Surfing. How crazy is that? After a massive couple of days, we're done.
And the good news here, looks like we're going for some kind of big reveal, but it is cooking. Was just talking to Xavier Huxtable, one of our men's semi-finalists, who'll be coming up shortly. He came in, he was buzzing. There is a real chunk out there on the ocean, plenty of push and power. And to confirm all of that, we're going to cross down to get the call.
Yeah, good morning, guys. We are absolutely frothing this morning because it is pumping right now. Reeve, he's one of our finalists. He just had a morning free surf out there. Tell us what it was like. It looks dreamy this morning.
Yeah, it's pumping. It's the best I've ever seen it. Good size and clean at the moment. And yeah, we're going to see some pulsing waves and yeah, big turns, I reckon.
That's the best you've ever seen it, guys, this morning. It is seriously cooking. Reef's going to give us his best Will Hayden-Smith this morning. We saw Zave do it yesterday. We're putting Reef on the spot. Tell us what the call is for today.
Yeah, it's on. We've got the women's semis finals, then men's, and then run into the finals after that. So it's going to be a big day and, yeah, lots of fun.
He's got a couple heats to surf, guys. We're not going to keep him for long, but enjoy the action today. It's finals day. Let's crown some champions. Woohoo!
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, thank you, JJ. And yeah, I mean, I've been coming to this event since I think 2018 was the first time. And this, I agree with Reef, up there as some of the best conditions I've ever seen. We've got a big typhoon to the south of us, and it is throwing up all of this swell. There is a lot of wind on its way, so it's a race, but we've only got 6 heats to get through today, and this is how they're going to play out.
Yeah, we've got Lucy, Dara and Taylor Green kicking off the morning straight into semi-final number 2, Safi Vette and Minami Nonaka. That is going to be, wow, big semi-finals. Those 4 women have been obviously on fire pretty much all events. So let's see it. Lucy and Taylor, they've been travelling together, eating together, rooming together, the whole lot. And now they have a heat against each other. How exciting is that? Lucy, just 15 years old, from the south coast, Gerringong, south coast of New South Wales, and Taylor Green from the Sunshine Coast is, it's pretty special to be sharing a heat like this with one of your good mates.
Yeah, Lucy Dara, so 15, not 16?
15.
Just to confirm, yeah. And she's already won a QS 6000 this year. And if she could win this, she would be well and truly atop the table on the Australian Oceania QS rankings. She is surfing way beyond her years and looking very polished while she's doing it. Looks like Tully Wiley coming in from a morning surf. It wasn't even that crowded this morning. I was kicking myself that this was the one morning I didn't get out there, but it's finals day. Game face on for everyone.
And you know what? Best thing ever, Binsey, we've got 6 heats today. You can be out there after. So it's all good. Plenty of time to surf. We've got the next 4 days as well.
As long as that wind stays away, absolutely. But there are plenty of options up and down the coast where you can hide from the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the spectacular coastline. Thank you so much to the National Development Council, the Ministry of Sports, and the East Coast National Scenic Area Headquarters. So the west coast of Taiwan, that's protected from the wilds of the Pacific Ocean and these typhoons and stuff. That's where Kaohsiung and Taipei and all the big cities are found and a lot of the population. And then over here on the east coast, it's a lot more rugged and wild. There's a lot of ecotourism. In the non-typhoon season, there's a lot of hot air ballooning. There's year-round hiking. You can just see, going off screen to the left there, hundreds of photographers who for 50 weeks of the year are camoed up, hiding up in the valleys, taking photos of birds and wildlife. And then, they come down and they turn it's like a beach scene at Off the Wall in Hawaii. There's just hundreds of lenses firing every time someone takes off on a wave. It's pretty cool. All right, this semi-final is underway. Lucy Dara and Taylor Green. 2 of the taller girls in the field as well. And, they're going to be matching it power with power out there because, yeah, conditions are great. There's some really long running lefts, and then the right into the wind is, if you like doing aerial manoeuvres, that's pretty good for you.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see they just got a little bit caught out there with that set, but there's just so much on offer. Daiwako came in from his surf and he was like, yeah, it's fun. There's good waves out there. So we're in for a treat for finals day, and really great decision as well to call it off yesterday and leave finals day to today, because we woke up with a bump in the waves, in the swell in the ocean, and we're going to see some good surfing. I mean, the women's have been putting on a show throughout the whole event, the men's as well. There's some really stacked men's semi-finals too, so let's see it. We're going to be crowning champions, and I'm all here for it. I'm ready. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. obviously it's going to be a big day of action. Here we go, Taylor.
All right, Taylor Green, opening proceedings on final day, on the final day, with a big fan of spray on her first turn. Goes again. This wave continues to run. Can she climb up and get some kind of end section clout? Not to be, but who cares? Really big, strong turn to set the tone for the day. We won't see this score pop up for quite a while as the judges keep their powder dry and see if there are any more waves to be ridden that they can kind of measure everything against. But yeah, we're in for a treat today. So let's have a look at the men's semi-finals that are coming up. And the first one, Raru Ito, he's just an insane surfer. Run us through this replay.
Yeah, this first turn was huge for Taylor. You can see how much spray she threw, and she's surfing with a lot of power right now, and that's exactly what she has to do when you're in semi-finals. So Taylor opening up really, really strong. Love this first turn. It was really nice and tight in the pocket. Lots of speed and flow. You can see Lucy just keeping an eye on it out the back, and Taylor, yeah, that's a way to do it. What a great way to start this heat off with confidence.
Yeah, she'd be really happy with that. It's you'd imagine a mid kind of score, but that first turn was so strong, and she'll know that if she can piece a few more of them together on a big running wall, then she'll be going up in excellent town. So yeah, there is a ton of swell on tap today. The big worry is the wind that comes with these typhoons. It looks like it's going to be sort of touching land down in the Philippines later on this afternoon. We're about 1,500 kilometres north of the epicentre. Yeah, that brings this big northerly stream, so we get these strong northerly winds. If they're northwest, we're laughing. If they're north or northeast, it starts going a little bit cross-shore, but that's okay. It goes into the face of the rights, and that's when we see the big airs come into play, and the lefts stay pretty smooth and they run off down the beach. That's Green Island out in the background, about 30 k's off the shore. You can catch a ferry out there for a day trip. Probably wouldn't want to be doing it with these seas at the moment, but again, outside of monsoon season, that is a tourist hotspot. There's hot springs out there. There's hot springs all over this coast, and there's lots of beaches and scenery and that kind of stuff. Opening score for Taylor Green, it's a good one, a 6-point ride.
Good way to start off the heat. She's starting off pretty much exactly how she did in a quarterfinal as well yesterday. Taylor, she was having a little bit of me time for herself this morning. She was just, you know what, I'm going to take some time, call who I need to call, be in touch with the people that are supporting me throughout the event, and it's clearly working. 6 points for her first wave. It was exciting to watch. Her backhand has been really strong. Lucy Dara has also been one to watch this whole event. I've been really excited to see her in each heat, so wondering if she'll go to that backhand attack or if she's going to opt for those long lefts. It's good that there's an option here as well. And have you been out to any of those hot springs?
I have. A couple of years ago. We had a lot of lay days and we went for a drive, and we didn't exactly nail it. We ended up finding a creek and digging a hole and just parking ourselves in it.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't quite as hot as we would have liked. I'll get back to that. Here goes Lucy Dara. This is her first wave. Strong up into the lip. Driving that red surfboard of hers through a bunch of turns. And this wave continues to run down the line. And she's rattling off the manoeuvres. And this is going to be a great opener for the 15-year-old from Gerringong on the south coast of New South Wales. She's not done yet either. That was a great opener. And you think she might have just shaded Taylor's opening score there. I watched Lucy do something similar. Pretty much as I walked into the site this morning, I saw the red surfboard. I was like, oof, she's on here.
Yeah, she really is. It was a bit of a setup there for this turn right here. Bang! Really close to the pocket. Beautiful opening carve. Opens up the shoulders, really swoops it back. Once again, she goes on rail. Lucy just finds rhythm, finds flow on this wave. Belts it there once again. Wow, what a strong finish and what a strong opening way to start her campaign off in this heat. She's looking at a Challenger Series campaign. This turn right here, I love this turn. Belts it there. Lucy, it's a point of difference. I love the different approaches between her and Taylor in this heat, a natural footer and a goofy footer. And yeah, wow. Really, really strong surfing. You can see how much she pushes off that back foot. Once again to finish, that was pretty strong, Binzi.
It sure was. Just had a bit of a flashback there. The first time I saw Lucy Dara was in action last year. She came over to WA for Taj Burrows' Grom Comp, Taj with small fries. She won the under-16s last year, while Ziggy McKenzie won the under-18s. And then this year, Lucy went back-to-back in the under-16s. So she started off her year with a win in the under-16s at a Grom Comp in Australia. Imagine if she can add a win in a QS 6000 to her resume.
Well, she's already got that win in NIAS.
Yeah,
so 2 would be crazy.
What a year. The future is very, very bright for the South Coast. It's such a radical zone for surfing down there.
Oh, it really is, and it you know, breeds them tough as well. Lucy she's a tough human being. She's not scared. She's pretty ready to go any solid wave that rolls through, and it's exciting to watch her because she just has no fear, and she's just, yeah, it's all good. I'm just going to hit the lip in the scariest sections. It's amazing.
All right, score comes in 5-9-3. So Taylor Green with the better of the opening exchange. Lesson from that one. That big first turn of Taylor's just really impressed the judges. So they've very much gone with quality over quantity when it comes to turns. So if you're Taylor or Lucy, you compare those scores. Obviously, you didn't really get to see much of what the other person did, but Lucy sitting out the back would have seen that first turn of Taylor's throw a big sheet of spray, and that would have been, from her vantage point, pretty much all there was to that wave, and she's got a 6. And then Lucy would have left her wave, which was awesome from start to finish, but maybe didn't have that one massively impactful moment. Realised that she's come in a little bit lower. Going, okay, judges want us to go hard.
And fair enough. We're in the semis. You have to go hard. You've got to go big. And it's clear that they're scoring quality over quantity. And not saying that Lucy's turns weren't quality, because they were, but I do agree with you, Binzi, that one first snap of Taylor's had a real moment. You could feel that. It gave a bit of emotion as well. So Lucy just needs to bring that in the next 20 minutes. I mean, we've gone to 3-minute semifinals. So an extra 5 minutes is such a luxury out there.
Yeah, and Taylor Green will take a lot of encouragement from that. She's a bit older. She's maybe a bit stronger, and she'll know that that's where her advantage lies, so she needs to try and amplify it and act on it.
Absolutely. Wow, look at these lines rolling through. It feels like it's picked up a foot or two.
Oh, it's going to keep picking up and picking up throughout the day. You know, we've seen a 1.5 metre swell throughout the whole event. By the end of today, it's going to be 2.5. Here goes Lucy Dara, realises quickly there's nothing on offer there, gets out of there. That will put her into the lead, but not for long, because here goes Taylor Green, opening the shoulders on her backhand once again. He'll probably put her back into the lead, so we're going to swap some ones around here. Lucy will quickly pop up into first, and then you would imagine that Taylor will supersede her once again. 19 minutes to run.
Yeah, that exchange won't come into play, you'd think, by the end of this semi-final. And I'm excited to see how this next kind of exchange goes with the good scores between Taylor and Lucy, and how Taylor approaches it and how Lucy does, and the difference in, you know, what they do, because Lucy at the 5.93 was really good, but lacking that strong, powerful, impactful moment, whereas Taylor just needs to replicate.
Yeah, and replicate on a bigger, better wave. And then she knows that she basically got 6 for, I reckon 5 of those 6 points were for her opening turn.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
So 2 of those opening turns, she's got 10.
Yeah. Wow. Mathematically, yeah, for sure. And for Taylor, that's huge confidence. You know, I feel like Lucy's been, I don't want to say the dark horse because she has won a QS 6000, but she's definitely been the one to watch, as well as Taylor too. But the last couple of heats Lucy's had, she's really been dropping 6s and 7s consistently. And Taylor's she needs to match that in this semi-final if she wants to come up against a really consistent Lucy Darragh.
Yeah, they're about 100 metres apart right now. Taylor Green is headed off to the shipping lanes. They both would have surfed for half an hour or so this morning and just felt out the extra energy in the water. I saw Lucy catch a couple of waves and then she came in and she just parked herself in a chair and just was studying the ocean for about half an hour, which I love because this really is a lineup where if you watch it and watch it and watch it, you can sort of start to pick up some of its rhythms and where the waves are breaking over here or to the north or to the south. There's so many different peaks and they all have their different moments at different stages of the tide. They all work differently with a little bit of wind from the north or a little bit less. And yeah, I feel like this is one of those waves where if you surfed it a lot and sat on the beach and watched it a lot, you could visualize yourself to success.
For sure. Absolutely. And that visualization is it's becoming such an important thing in surfing as well. You see some of the top guys using that too. It's really cool to be able to just watch it and go, yeah, I'm seeing myself on this wave and going to town, and I'm seeing myself get chaired up, you know, the beach, winning the event and things like that. It's really empowering. It's a crazy tool.
It's 16 minutes to go. Taylor Green still heading north. Lucy Darragh sitting probably 70 metres to the south of her. And look at these lines.
Wow.
Okay, eyes on the lineup.
Any takers on this one? Lucy, she's trying to get there, but just not quite. I love how there's so much space in between both Taylor and Lucy right now. They're just surfing their own heat. And we're almost halfway down this one. Taylor is she's been a real competitive mongrel this event. She's been really fierce on top of, you know, everything that she needs to do, what needs to happen. Look how much separation there is right now. That is pretty crazy. Lucy looking like she's going for the wider left option. Taylor wanting to go a little bit deeper, maybe find some rights. Her forehand has been pretty strong as well, so let's see what happens. I mean, it's really anyone's heat right now. There's not a lot separating them at all.
You see this a lot once you get into the man-on-man and surfer-on-surfer heats, and you need the big scores. There's not as much need to just stay in motion and just turn it into wave catching contest, because the 4s and 5s have been helpful to this point. You can forget about them now. You need to be on set waves. You need to be doing the biggest and best surfing you can. And that's why we've added the extra 5 minutes, just to give that little bit more opportunity.
I like it too, and I think as well because it's a little bit bigger, maybe a bit of a longer paddle back out. I'm not too sure. Maybe we can get a debrief from Daiwako soon, but yeah, it's definitely one of the trickier heats in those semi-finals when it's just 2-person and it's kind of slow. It almost just comes down to your 2 good waves, you know, and sometimes you'll be catching 3, one of them is a throwaway, and then other 2 are in your scoreline, you know.
13 and a half minutes. We haven't yet introduced our men's semi-finals. So heat 1, Raru Ito, high-flying, very flashy Japanese surfer who also has an insane dig in waves of consequence. He's coming up against Xavier Huxtable, long-time stalwart of the QS, the Challenger Series, regular Bell's wildcard at the CT level, often with doses of success. And then heat 2, an All-Australian affair between two very flashy goofy footers, Harley Walters, young gun, on the rise, against Reef Heazelwood, who, a bit like Xavier Huxtable, has been around at this level, achieving all kinds of success for 7 or 8 years now.
It's amazing. That's two really, really good semi-finals. All 4 surfers have pretty different approaches. We've got 3 goofy footers in that matchup. Xavier Huxtable, the sole natural footer there. That second semi, I have a bit of a question, like a little asterisk next to it, because Reef is obviously really good in the air. Harley got into the finals for the Stab High in Sydney, so he's obviously also great in the air as well. So wondering if that's going to come into play in that semi. Could be great if it does.
Yeah, I mean, Reef has just dined out on these long running lefts over the years. He's got that big, beautiful fin waft drifting kind of top turn that's just money in the bank. Also has a very handy backhand air game, and this wind is perfect for that. Harley, the first time I really saw a lot of him surfing live was at Cloud 9 last week, and he can belt out a backhand hammer. And then we know that he's got the backhand air game as well. So, yeah, that's a great matchup. Raru and Xavier as well. I think Xavier, the bigger and chunkier it gets, the better, because that's kind of his surfing. It's really muscular and powerful, and he attacks sections. And if it gets windier, he'll be like, great, bring it on. He's super fit and just a physical surfer. Raru, a little bit more flair and finesse. So I think he'd be pretty happy with how conditions are looking right now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, the surfers have finally found each other. It's only taken 20 minutes, but they are now shoulder to shoulder. As they've seen a set, they're both on the move. It is Taylor Green with the lead and with priority. Ignore the backups. It's basically a 6 versus a 5.93 at this stage.
It kind of feels like it's going to be the battle of the backups towards the end of this heat. You know, we were watching the ocean in the free surfs, and it was busy. There was a lot of waves, and now it's just
there are still
chilled out a little bit.
There are still a lot of waves. I mean, there's that one that just drifted under them before in a free surf. There 100% would have been a couple of people jostling to get onto it. These two ladies being very selective. Lucy Dara having a look. That was maybe a bit too quick, a bit too straight for her to go on her backhand on the right. Maybe Taylor is heading north to see if she can't pick up a right.
Yeah.
They run off into the bay. The two peaks have really separated today. They've been quite close. I don't know if the swell direction has gone slightly more to the north, and that's broken things up a little bit more.
Yeah, wow. It's crazy how much separation you can get so quickly with, you know, the swell direction or the swell size, whatever that is. So, yeah, it looks like it's... I don't know, like, yes, there is a lot of waves, but I feel like the quality of waves that you want to see in a semi-final, a lot of those haven't really rolled through since the beginning of this heat. So hopefully there's an opportunity. I mean, well, there will be for sure at some point. They might just have to make something happen in the next 8.5 minutes, because a good backup is really, really required to make it into the finals. I mean, if you're into this pointy end of the draw, you need to bring your best surfing. You've got to bring your best heat strategy as well. You can't really make too many mistakes. So I actually understand why they're being so selective, but now I think it's just more about being heat smart.
Yep, time to get on the move. And here it is, Taylor Green hunting a second score. Couple of turns, she'll need a big blast on the end section. So that's going to be her second score. I don't think it was as good as her opener, but it's going to give Lucy Dara a pretty solid target to try and chase. And here she goes right now. This is looking like a runner. She needs to get some work done. No, it's just the one turn. Plenty of drift out of the tail. Can she put the foot down and get back around it? Not to be. So one turn, she's out of there. I feel like Taylor Green has done enough just to nudge back out, nudge further into the lead.
Yeah. She'll definitely upgrade the 177, and it was a good wave for Taylor. Also for Lucy, it was a bigger wave, just the one turn, but interested to, compare the two between Taylor and Lucy in the next 7 minutes. This is going to be a really tricky way to finish the heat for both of these women. That's whether you go on the offense or the attack or the defense. This is Taylor's last wave. It was a little bit of a smaller one, but still some good, strong surfing. A little bit flat here, yet to go vertical. Gets it right there. And then this one of Lucy's. You can see she eyes it. This one grows. Look at this section there. That was a pretty big section and really jams it. Pushes her back foot out as well. The 3.5 locks in for Taylor Green. She's up and riding once again. So now the women are getting busy. Taylor tags it and rides out. Lucy has a score to come through. Now Taylor has another one. She needs to upgrade the 3.5. It's getting busy now, Binzi.
Yeah, so Taylor Green a 3.5, 9.5 total. She won't be happy with that. It's going to take a couple of sixes, you'd hope, in the semis to make the final. Important score to come in for Lucy. Here's the replay of Taylor's.
Yeah, just one opening turn there, Taylor. It was a good wave. That was a good speedy turn. Not too sure if it might just go into the top two. This one of Lucy's, though, is looking pretty good.
All right, so there it is. Last wave for Lucy Dara, a 5.17. The judges loved the fact, again, it was only one turn, but she committed to it. It had some real drama. She got the fins out. She got some drift. Pair of fives. She's now in the lead with an 11.1. Taylor Green is now chasing a 5.1. She has a score to come. And it's 3.63. So it goes into her top two, but it's not enough. Still chasing that 5.1. 5 minutes remaining, so plenty of time. As we've said, 2 sixes seems like the kind of baseline. And right now we're seeing Lucy just shy of that. Taylor has one to her name, is now chasing a 5.1. So Lucy Dara significantly the better of that last exchange.
Yeah.
And if we've learnt one thing in this heat, it's that the judges are a sucker for one big turn over a combination of solid, smart, not quite as Larry loud turns. Here goes Lucy Dara. First turn was good. Want this wave to stand up so she can get critical. Linking this one, sticking with it, hoping she'll get a little wedge coming at her that she can kick the fins up and over. She's worked so hard to get there, and unfortunately not to be. She's given herself another 50 metres of paddling to get back to the zone. 3 minutes 50 to go.
Wow. I'm really wondering if this wave is even going to go into Lucy's top two. Wow, that was a good first turn. The first 2 to 3 turn combos was really nice, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough to better the 5.17. So Lucy taking that wave, she's definitely left the door open for Taylor here, who needs that 5.1. Wow, we've got 3.5 minutes to go. This is going to be really crazy because Taylor knows how to get a 6. Right now, it's just all about doing the same. Doesn't really, like, similar waves, similar surfing, and she's getting into that 6 or definitely getting the 5.1. And she's got priority. So right now, the control is with Taylor.
Yep. So is the pressure, though. So it's a double-edged sword, but competitors at this level can and should feed off pressure and use it to push their performances harder. So she's chasing a 5.1, obviously very attainable. Last score comes in for Lucy as a 4.77, so doesn't factor into her top 2. Nor would it have given Taylor the lead. Yeah, that kind of wave, if you're in the next heat, you're watching this and you're like, okay, maybe that kind of wave, let's forget about it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slopey wave. It kind of didn't have, you know, one of those steeper sections, so it's definitely all eyes on the wave selection out there, and being on the best waves, it's going to really give you that edge, Binzi.
It's interesting that no one's gone right yet, just to test out the judges and see if you can tee off on your backhand point of difference. I think that's something that will work for Xavier Huxtable on the men's side of the draw, as the only natural footer remaining is that he'll be drawing different lines.
Yep.
But there's some insane lefts rolling down the beach, and I think both of these ladies have decided that is where they're going to make their bread. 90 seconds to go. Will Taylor Green get one last chance? It's a slightly bigger period swell today.
Wow, this is really, really tough. I mean, Lucy, she's so far away from Taylor right now. She can't really do too much to force her hand, so Taylor just needs to back herself in the next minute to get the 5.1. Lucy's thinking, I'm almost there. I'm 1 minute away from being in the final. And Taylor's thinking, I'm 1 minute away from maybe getting the score.
Yeah, so if you're Taylor, I mean, there's plenty of waves, not as many sets. At what point do you move in and just hope that you can make something happen on a smaller wave?
Yeah. Wow, this is really, really crazy. I mean,
30 seconds. There is Taylor just sitting on her board. Okay, she's seen an opportunity. She's on the move. Will we see her right, or is she going to gun this one down the beach? She's looking both ways. She's decided it's a right. Okay, she'll need this to bowl up. Now we've got the point of difference. The first turn was strong. If she can stick with this, it might get around the corner and give her some speed. She's gassing it. She's flying now. Cracks it once again. Can she hold on? No, not quite.
wow.
So, that was... I think she was in with a chance.
That is crazy.
Until that last turn went a little bit skew-if.
Lucy must have also got a wave as well.
And she's also gone right.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see it. Lucy, one quick turn, a bit of a check snap to belt it for a second one there. So Taylor's last wave is a 2, so it's definitely Lucy into the final. It's just now whether she betters the 5.17.
I think she might.
Yeah.
2 turns. Easily the best right we've seen surfed. Point of difference. And the opener was super strong and the ender was super committed. So I think the judges are going to gobble that one up.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go. It's starting to lock in. It's looking like it will go into her top 2. Let's wait and see. 5.43 for Lucy Darragh, so extends her lead. Wow. The 15-year-old moving into the finals. What an amazing achievement.
That's incredible. And she will not only take confidence from that, but the knowledge that points can be gained on the right. Interesting that we had a 30-minute heat and we didn't see a right ridden until the last minute, but there we go. Lucy Darragh, The 15-year-old from the south coast of New South Wales is our first finalist at this year's Taiwan Open of Surfing. Don't go anywhere. Semi-final number 2 is in the water right now. We'll be bringing it to you right after this quick break.
How? Oh, mate, I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone offies. Swell's starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're going to get cane today. Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back to the Taiwan Open of Surfing. We've just seen Lucy Dara book her ticket to the women's final. Now let's find out who'll be joining her. Will it be Safi Vette from New Zealand or Minami Nonaka from Japan? Crispin's in the booth, joined now by Dai Wacko. And Dai, you've been surfing all morning as you have throughout the event. Give us your take on what things are like in the water right now.
Probably it's the best day out of the competition window. Definitely it picked up overnight, and yeah, definitely bigger than yesterday. It has a lot of walls. I think today the lefts are way better. Left have a lot longer wall that you can walk on, so definitely all the surfers just chasing the left. But this morning there's plenty of waves coming through, but you know, at the time like now we get a little bit of sleepy heat, so probably you don't really want to chase in the good wave. You kind of want to keep yourself busy out there.
Fair enough. All right, someone who will be very happy right now is Lucy Dara. She's the winner of the last heat, and she is talking to Jessie Starling.
Lucy, your second final in a QS 6000. You weren't even going to do these events this year. Now you've made 2 finals. You must be just feeling elated right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm so stoked to get into the final. Like, that was such a close heat. Taylor was surfing so good, so I'm pretty happy to get through.
Talk to me what it's like to, you know, draw your roommate in such a big heat like the semi-finals. Obviously, it'd probably be pretty bittersweet right now.
Yeah, it was such a special heat to like have with my roommate. You know, she's been surfing so good. It's just so cool that 3 of us got into the semis out of 4. So yeah, it's been so good staying with them.
Potentially another roommate final, depending if Safi wins this heat right now. Obviously, the lineup, the swell's a lot bigger today. We're just talking, it's a lot wider, the playing field. You were miles down the beach at one point. Give us an insight on what it's like out there to surf a heat.
Yeah, it's obviously like pumping waves. There's so many good waves down there running lefts, but it is really tricky because the playing field is so big. Like, it's kind of hard to find your spot. But when you do and you can get on a good one, it's pumping out there.
Well, we'll let you rest up. You have a final to surf today, which is very exciting. Lucy Dara, our first female finalist, guys. Take it away.
Thank you, Jessie, and congratulations to Lucy Dara. Yeah, just like she mentioned, it's a big field today. It's a way bigger field, so that you can get lost really easily, and that's kind of what happened in the heat number 1.
Right, well, both ladies had a good look at that one. I think Minami was maybe a bit too deep, and then Safi, sitting wider, decided she wasn't interested. Did it feel a lot more powerful out there today?
Definitely, you know, all the big swells from the typhoon feeling really well, and then, yeah, like you said, it's got a really powerful energy in it, so definitely quality waves are coming through.
About 5 minutes to run, no action as of yet. And do I give us the lowdown on Minami Nonaka?
she hasn't been able to get a good result in the QS 6000. Obviously, she is a Challenger Series surfer. She's following all the CS, and then she missed a couple of QS 6000s, but she's still, sitting in the 6th place on the Asian ranking, which you have to be on the top 3 to get the qualification for CS. Definitely, this will improve her situation right now. But also, she really want to get through to the final. And on screen, we have Nonaka Minami. 1本目のライディング、これはポテンシャルがなかったか、すぐプルアウトします。And she had a win in the QS 2000 in Omaezaki in Japan back in September. And I think that's the best result so far. And she made to equal 3rd place back in, not too sure what year, but in the QS 5000. So this is definitely the best result so far in her career. That's why she really wants to be in the final.
Yeah, she had a 5th at the Tahara Pro, so big points for that. She also won a QS 2000, the Omizaki Pro, and she became 2nd in the Hamamatsu Open, which is a QS 2000. But yeah, a 6000 is a far bigger and bolder proposition. It's going to be her opening score.
And I think it's a smart move from Minami Nonaka, just trying to keep herself really busy. Probably these two surfers watch the hit one, and they know it's just not a good idea to just sit there and just wait for the right ones. Even it's a big field and it just takes a little while to get back out. You kind of need to keep yourself busy. And I think WSL did a great call to add an extra 5 minutes in heat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's we're only looking at a 3-hour day today, so an extra 5 minutes in each heat is not too much of a drain on anyone. The first 3 days were absolutely a drain, so congratulations to all of the WSL staff, officials, judges, everyone involved in the Taiwan Open of Surfing, all of the local crew for really just knuckling down and pushing through. There was something like 84 heats in 4 days, I think.
I think it was 90 something, but like huge heats, a lot of heats in just 4 days. And yesterday was potential finals day, but they did a great call today. It's pumping out there. But on screen we have Safi Vette up and riding. Nice first turn to start with, and get the second turn in. So unfortunately, wow, goes down.
Yeah, she's left some points on the board there. She was off to a decent start. Nothing comparable to what we saw in the previous heat. It's amazing how often at these kind of events you see every wave caught, but there's a million people out during the free surfs, and then once the hooter goes, things get a little bit sleepier. So there's Safi Vette's opener. It's a 1.87. Minami Nonaka is in the lead off the back of having 2 scores to her name, but with 20 minutes 30 seconds still to run, both surfers would want to forget about the last 10 minutes. Yeah, we've run 88 heats in
88
4 days.
Wow, that's a massive days. We came here around about like 5:30 and get out here about 5:30 every day. So that was a huge days. But waves are pumping for whole 4 days event.
Yeah, you'd know you've probably put in more time than anyone, getting up even earlier to jump in with the webcast team, the Asian Sports Network, and get out here nice and early so that you can surf and do your due diligence and report on the ocean. you don't necessarily want to go surfing. You're just
It's just a job.
A very thorough professional giving us the surf report every morning, and we appreciate your hard work and your endeavours. Here goes Safi Vette on her backhand.
Wow.
Bang! That was a big turn. One and done. She is out of there. But where will the judges go with this number? It was just one turn, but she couldn't have done much more with it. Explosive, driving through the lip. Talk us through it, though.
Well, definitely big first turn, and that, she wanted to get the second turn in, but I think it was a great move from Safi, because you don't really want to sit there and wait for the longer wall to, coming through. So just, trying to get one in and as soon as possible, and that's exactly what she did. So definitely great, smart move.
Yeah, 5 points on the board, and the good thing about a one-turn wave like that is Safi hasn't put herself 200 metres down the beach.
Right, that's true.
So quick points, not huge points, but enough to put a little bit of pressure now on Minami Nonaka, who has priority and has some thinking to do, whereas there's every chance Safi can pick up a wave just while she's paddling back out. There are so many waves, the length of this huge playing field. There's peaks up and down the contest area, and there's also that random stick out the back. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it's that'd be attached to some kind of fishing
Maybe, right.
A trap or... So last score for Safi Vette was a 5. She's in the lead. Minami Nonaka is chasing a 4.71. Wind starting to pick up a little bit, as it's going to do throughout the day. Looking at the various models, it would appear that the swell is slightly more west today. It's been slightly more north to this point. Here goes Safi. She got a 5 on her last wave for one turn. This time she's going to link together a combination of them. Big blast on the end section. That's the best wave of the heat, and Minami Nonaka could well be chasing a combination of scores once this number comes in.
Wow, that was a great 3-turn combination from Safi. The first turn, she ditched the fins, all 3 fins out. This turn, that was a beautiful surfing, and well surfed and controlled surfing from Safi. And come around section, a nice whip turn, and gets this big finishing turn. So 2 solid turns and 1 nice turn, so definitely it'll be a good number. She's already locked in a 5.04 single maneuver.
Alright, working our way down the line. Beautiful drone shot from Ryan Williams. And she steps off. She'd be feeling pretty happy with her handiwork after that one. So 14 minutes remaining. Minami Nonaka yet to really fire a shot, and now she is up against the ropes because Safi Vette's last wave was an 8.17. So yes, indeed, Minami Nonaka is chasing 2 fresh scores that total 13.17. Safi Vette, the Kiwi Olympian, with 1 foot in the final.
That was a huge score, 8.17.
One judge even going as high as a 9.
Wow. That put a lot of pressure to Minami Nonaka now. Safi did a great job taking off the second wave, just 1 single maneuver, but gave her 5.0, and that put her in a good rhythm with the ocean, and she gets this 8.17. Beautiful surfing, and Minami is in combination station now.
Yeah, and the good news for Safi Vette, she's only looking to upgrade a 5 and make life really tough for Minami. She's not just taking big points out of that wave, she'll be taking a whole heap of confidence as well.
Right.
If you're dropping 8s in a semi-final of a QS 6000, that does wonders for your morale. Any self-doubt or questions of whether you belong or imposter syndrome or that kind of stuff, they go out the window here like, hang on. And you know within yourself, you're like, well, maybe I can do even better than that.
Right.
And unlock a 9. And then you take that kind of confidence into the final and watch out.
Yeah, definitely. Getting excellent score gives you a lot of confidence. With just one wave will change everything for you, and then probably Safi has a lot of confidence in her surfing. She's just looking forward to replace 5.0, which is probably now feels super easy for her. But for Minami, I think she needs to just get away at this point because time is ticking. There's still 14 minutes on the clock, but on screen we have Safi very quick in and out. It's okay, she is the second priority, so she can go anywhere pretty much.
Did she jump off or did she slip there, do you think?
I thought she just jumped off.
Okay. On her opening wave, she slipped off as well, so assuming she'll make the final, if she'll come back in and really ramp up the extra. There's that stick again, poking out of the water just behind Minami.
Oh, right, yeah, there he is. Well, on screen we have Minami Nonaka. Minami 3本目のライディングになります。しっかり点数を重ねたい。一発大きなターンを入れてきました。これでまずはこのコンビネーションシチュエーションから抜け出したいところです。現在は第2位のポジション。逆転に必要なスコアは 13.17 となっていますが、今の波で5点以上出してくるとコンビネーションから抜けてきそうです。残り時間13分を切っています。That was a well served from Minami Nonaka. One single maneuver, solid, good turns on a bigger set. So definitely she'll get the best score for her. And she's hoping to, break out of the combination right now.
So Minami didn't go to NIAS this year?
No, she didn't go. She went to Challenger Series.
Gotcha. That's the obvious kind of event that's missing from her rankings at the moment. Currently sitting 27th on the Challenger Series.
She's out of combination now.
In the mix. One big result. There's 2 events still to come.
Yep. Still, Pipe and Newcastle events ahead of her. So
last score drops in for Minami Nonaka, a 5.5. Wow. So that brings her back into the frame. With 12 minutes to go, she's now chasing a 7.68. Very attainable. She's basically usurped Safi's backup 5. And that's the requirement, 7.68. 11.5 minutes to go. Safi Vette has priority.
野中みなみ3本目のライディングで 5.50 スコアし、コンビネーションから抜けました。逆転に必要なスコアが 7.68 に変わっています。残り時間がもう間もなく11分になるところ。
That's the competitors' deck. A lot of the competitors have left after a pretty long stretch. 2 events back to back. There's Alistair Reginato with the Aussies who left on account of putting his passport through the wash and had to come back again. So a long detour to Australia. Philippines to Taiwan via Australia for Reggie.
That would be super hard. You wash your passport and you have to go back to Australia in one day, and it came back to Taiwan, and that's a hard job.
Bought an emergency passport. I was talking to Alistair. He said he pretty much needed to win the event for this contest to be profitable.
Right.
So that didn't happen. He surfed an amazing opening heat and then bowed out in his second. 10 minutes remaining right now. Safi Vette with an 8.17 and a 5 is in the lead. She has priority. Nonaka has a 5.5, needs to put something up near the excellent range onto the board to keep her dreams alive here at the 2025 Taiwan Open of Surfing. This event has run in one form or another since 2011. It started out as an ASC event back in the day. It's been a World Longboarding event. It's been a World Longboarding QS event. It's been a World Junior Championship. We've seen Miro Suzuki claim a famous win here. We've seen Matthias Hurdy, Lucas Vincenze. We've seen Kira Pinkerton. And now it's just firmly entrenched as a qualifying series event. This year is 6,000, so that's its highest ranking to this point. The 6,000 only came into existence this year. It's just been a testament to the hard work that Kathy Tang and all of her team here in Taiwan put into this event, along with the support of the Taitung County government and a handful of sponsors. As we see Minami on the hunt for a 7.68. It's a good looking wave so far. The first turn was good. The second turn was good. Will she get up into the lip? No, she has to abandon ship behind her. Here goes Safi Vette, heading right this time. Point of difference. First turn was strong. There's nothing more on offer. Minami, those first two turns were really good. She would love to have had enough time to get in that little finishing maneuver just to ice the cake.
Wow.
Minus score for Safi. Where do the judges go with this one, Dyer?
野中南、この波で 7.68 が必要。1発目大きなターン、そして2発目も大きなターンを入れて、ここでもう1発入れたかったところですが、少しタイミングが合いませんでした。Beautiful opening curve for Safi Vette. But quick in and out, trying to get rid of the 5.0 to create bigger gap in between Minami and herself. But the last wave for Minami comes in at a 4.50. That was great two turns to start with, but unfortunately didn't quite, get up to the end section. That was really unfortunate. If she could have done the finishing turn, it can be close to the requirement.
Yeah, 4.5, so definitely goes into her top two, but it's a throwaway. She's chasing a 7.68 with two surfer heats. It's all or nothing. There's no second place goes through. You're trying to block out third or fourth. It's two women enter, one progresses. So Nonaka back to the drawing board. She's looking for a 7.68. God, you think if there'd been an ender in there, a little finish, could have really boosted her score, but wasn't how the ocean decided to let it play out. So 6 minutes. Safi Vette a 2.6 for that right. So as you said earlier, Diet, looking like the majority of the scoring will go down on the longer running lefts. Here goes Minami. Well, she had a look and there was absolutely nothing appealing about that wave, and rightfully hits the handbrake and gets out of there. 5 minutes 40. Right about now, Safi Vette will be wondering why the WSL decided to add an extra 5 minutes to heats today, because she'd be all but through to the final, and Nonaka will be thanking the WSL for the extra 5 minutes. Here comes the wind. It's just going to keep picking up throughout the day. After this, 4 heats to run. The finish line is very, very close. And given the conditions yesterday afternoon, I think all of the surfers were more than happy. There was a lot of discussion between the event directors and the remaining surfers as to what they wanted to do. pushing everything through last night. It would have finished in pretty subpar conditions. This morning was a gamble. We knew the swell was going to come up. Whether that was also going to bring a ton of wind with it or not, well, we know the wind's coming. It's just a matter of when it arrives. And so far, it's behaved itself enough. You can see it's whipping up, though.
Yeah, it's windy out there, but still, very, very surfable.
All right, here goes Safi Vette on her backhand.
Oh.
And nothing on offer, so she's out of there. All that's significant about that wave of Safi's is the priority now flips over to Nonaka. If you flash back to day one, it was incredibly windy. We had a lot of white caps, not just out on the horizon, but all through the area. We can see here it's starting to white cap out to sea. If you look at the coastline, we are slightly in the lee of, the coast projects out a little bit to the east, north of us. So all of those headlands are slightly protecting us from the northerly winds. But as it goes more and more around to the northeast, we're going to cop more and more of it. 3.5 minutes.
Well, good thing is for Minami, now she has fast priority. She gets to choose the next set.
I like this from Safi. She's sitting slightly inside because there's every chance you get these waves that sneak past Minami. And all of a sudden you've got a free swing. She'll be keeping a very close eye on her opponent, but with second priority there's not much she can do. So why not leave herself open to pounce on anything that does get under the guard of the woman who's trying to track her down.
Well, definitely.
Exactly like this kind of situation. She has a look. No harm in having a look. Decides against it. Didn't cost her anything. 2 minutes 40 remaining.
さあ残り時間が2分40秒になったところで現在第2位が野中みなみ、必要なスコアが 7.68 です。ファーストプライオリティを持っています。残り2分30秒で波が来るか。 7.68 をスコアするとファイナルへと進出していきます。ゆっくりとポジションを確かめながら沖へ向かっている。残り時間がもう間もなく2分になります。
There we are, 2 minutes. Inside the last 2 minutes, can Safi Vette join Lucy Dara in the final? Congrats to Team NZ as well. 2 surfers into the semis. He's pretty huge.
A little bit of movement out there. こちらどうでしょうか。残り1分30秒になるところで少し野中みなみ動き出しました。
90 seconds. Minami had a half a glance at the right there. Surfers might have pushed a little bit to the north. Now we see them heading back south. A bigger wave rattles past them. 1 minute.
残り時間が1分になってきています。ファーストプライオリティは野中みなみ、必要なスコア 7.68。Well, stressful moment for Minami Nonaka at the moment. She has fast priority, she has a chance, but there's not much wave coming through. There are waves, but not that ones give her enough potential to get it to 7.68.
30 seconds. So Safi Vette, an 8.17. If you want to make the final of a QS 6000, dropping excellent scores in the semi is the best way to do it. And she will take a lot of confidence from that. The ocean goes quiet, just hasn't cooperated with Minami Nonaka over the past half an hour. And it's looking like a done deal. Safi Vette is our second finalist. She will join Lucy Dara in the women's end game in about an hour's time. Men's semis are in the water right now. There it is, Safi Vette with an 8-1-7 and a 5 through to the final. Commiserations to Manami Nonaka bowing out with a 5-5 and a 4-5. Don't go anywhere. Semi-final action, men's side of the draw at Taiwan Open of Surfing coming our way right after this quick break.
How? Oh, mate. I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone offies. Swell starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're going to get cone today. Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the last day of Taiwan Open of Surfing. Straight away, Real Ito up and riding. Ito Real 1本目から素晴らしいライディングを見せてくれています。メンズ QS6 戦セミファイナルのヒート1が行われています。I am Daiwaku in the booth with Jesse. Good morning.
Good morning, Dai. It's exciting to be here for finals day. We've got swell. It's on the rise. It's in the right direction. It looks so fun. I know it's a little bit windy, but there is some long lefts out there, which I know you would be drooling over this morning.
Wow, I had a great surf this morning. I got here around about 5:30 and I get dressed. Well, 5:40 maybe. But I get dressed really quickly and I went out. I had a great surf. But quick in and out from Xavier Huxtable. It was pumping.
Oh.
It got picked up overnight so much. The best left here, and here comes Xavier up and riding. Nice first turn. Unfortunately, didn't get a second turn in, but that first turn was whip. That was a great turn.
Yeah, he's got some really solid power turns in his repertoire here for Zave. So he had those out and about in the quarterfinals to see him into these semis here. But honestly, for me, I would say these two guys probably the two informed surfers of the event. Ryaru has been just on a point, and he looked like he got up to something pretty good on this opening ride here. So just pacing this first opening bit. This is where he really starts to go to town. Big spray on that third, and the finishing turn was huge. That was massive from Ryaru. So Zave even letting him have this wave here, Dai.
Wow, that was interesting exchange. But you know, the first beat doesn't look a good way, but here he just waited, didn't rush. It gets this nice turn, throwing buckets of spray, but this time was money turn. Wow, that was a huge combination from Ryaru Ito. And this is the last of Xavier. Just quick off the top, great surfing, but unfortunately, you know, didn't get a finish turn. But while we have a little break in this action in semi-final heat number 1, we're gonna go to Binzi with the last heat winner.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dai. Safi Vette, you're through to the final. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so stoked. Happy to be here.
Obviously, there's a big jump up in the intensity today. You surfed this morning, just soaking it all in, and then how do you kind of control the nerves for the semi?
Gosh, that's a really good question, actually. I think just sticking to what I already have planned before my heats is a huge one. Sticking to, I guess, my routine and staying really zoned in, but also, like, keeping things fun and light as well. So that's my thing.
If you're going to make the final of a QS 6000, dropping excellent scores is a pretty good way to go about it. You must take so much confidence from the 8.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that felt really good. I feel like I'm finally putting my surfing together, and I guess it's just when it's been a long time coming, it feels like so much better when you finally put a heat together, and I'm just happy, and I'm excited to go up against Luce.
Yeah, so tell us about it. You guys are travelling together.
Yeah, we are. Her dad Lan couldn't come with her this trip, so us girls adopted her, and she's been a little silent assassin, but she's great to have around, and good little grom.
It's been a bad leg for the dads because Jake McKenzie didn't go to Cloud 9 and Ziggy won it. Lucy's on a roll. What were you guys talking about last night? Was it friendly conversation at dinner table or ignoring each other?
Oh, we were just tucking into some burgers at Bryce's garden. Not much was said. We were just scoffing them down, and we got home and we always have a few laughs here and there, and lights off, and we all go to bed pretty early. So, yeah, no, everything's really good, and Lucy's great to have around.
No doubt a huge cure in New Zealand tuning in, wanting you to take this thing out. Any last words for them before you try and do so?
Gizzy fucking hard. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, there you go. And on that note, back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Binzi, and congratulations to Safi making it to final.
Yeah, epic there from Saf. Pretty cool to see the two roommates. They're going to go into battle in just under an hour's time till we see the women's final out there. Right now, though, big score for Riaru, 6-6-7 for the first of die here. Zave, though, getting a little unstuck on a couple of these waves. So you can see he's in attack mode. He's really wants to be putting his board at 12 o'clock, but just these waves a little slopey. You can see he's just building a bit of frustration at the end of that wave there. But as far as energy and commitment to being in attack mode, you can see he's on. It's just his wave selection is letting him down a little bit this morning.
Yeah, I saw him surfing this morning for practice, and he was attack every section really hard. Straight away I knew he's just so hungry for for winning. He wants to get a win here. But surfing this morning, that was a great wave. There was so many great waves, and now the wind picked up a little bit and the condition has been changed. So probably he's kind of not lost, but he's just struggling to get a good waves.
Yeah, definitely. We always knew this wind was going to be a factor in, but Will, who gets to make the calls here, he actually spoke to a lot of the competitors and asked, would you rather us try and punch this out, surf 25-minute heats, or, knowing that wind's going to come up, or run 30-minute heats and give you guys more time? And they all said, nah, 30 minutes. We want as much time as we can to try and seal the deal into the finals and then hopefully for a win. So, yeah, we knew this win was predicted. It's coming at us pretty strong. We know the swell's predicted. It's going to keep getting bigger here this morning.
Right, definitely we'll see bigger waves this afternoon. But yeah, the still waves are pumping, and there's a lot of left, the long wall. So definitely, if you get a right ones, gives you a lot of wall to walk on. So definitely, there's still so many chances for everybody.
Oh, absolutely, and pretty cool right now. Riaru, obviously, the last Asian surfer and the last Japanese man standing. No Japanese man ever winning at this event before.
Right.
So in all the history here, Riaru could potentially be the first. As far as a QS event goes, we've never seen a Japanese male just loft that trophy above their head. So I feel like Riaru would really love to be the first person to do that.
Definitely. Last year Keijiro came second in a four-man final, and now unfortunately we lost Keijiro in this event. But Riaru, he's just outstanding through the event, and he's having a great time. He's currently coming 30th on the QS ranking, so he doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
He doesn't. He hasn't got any good result in the QS, so definitely he's not thinking about points right now. He's just surfing out there and trying to get confidence in his surfing, just preparing for his CS tour coming up, Pipeline and Newcastle next year.
Yeah, he's been telling everyone he's just free surfing, but I'm not buying it. He's been hassling a lot here, Riaru up and riding.
伊藤リアル2本目のライディング一発目、これもまたスプレーを飛ばしてきて、スープレーのターンもしっかり決めてきた。この2ターンも大きなターンになってきています。1本目で 6.67 をスコアし、今のが2本目のライディングになります。残り時間が20分40秒になります。And we have Xavier up and riding, nice wall ahead of him. That second turn was solid and straight into the third turn. So this, wow,
no.
Unfortunately goes down on the fourth turn, but still the big solid 3-turn combo from Xavier Heazelwood.
Yeah, that's that attack that we were talking about. You know, this is the approach that we saw in the free surf, the approach that we saw and get to these semi-finals here for Zave. 2 great waves to break down here from our competitors. Ryaru not holding back, massive first turn, fumbled a little bit on the bottom turn, but actually put him in a really great position for that finishing turn here. And then Zave, you could see this one, it was going to bowl up. This is the money turn. Big section here for Zave, and again, not holding back, going super vertical, and you can see all that foam rushing back up the face. Just unfortunately, Zave digging down the nose, but you got to think that even with the damage done on those opening sections, he's going to lock in a pretty nice score.
Wow, yes, totally. You know, those first 3 turns were just solid, and the wave just kept him, you know, a lot of opportunities, and you know that was a great combination. So definitely, he's gonna get a great number. But last wave for Ryaru comes in at a 5.50. Now he's sitting the lead with a 6.67 and 5.50. It's pretty good, you know, scores for Ryaru at the moment. There's still pretty much 19 minutes on the clock, so heaps time left.
Yeah, Ryaru, he's just been Mr. Consistent this entire event. Honestly, since I'm going to say the round of 64, he really just stamped his authority. He's been surfing with the same speed, the same pace, the same intensity, and it's actually pretty hard to do that. A lot of people might have one really good heat and then drop the ball in the next one, but he has just been so consistent, so utterly himself from start to finish. So Ryaru, yeah, he's definitely been one of the standouts, but wow, Dai, look at that score for Zave.
7.33 with the, you know, falling off, he gets the 7.33. So if he could have made that last down, it goes to probably excellent score. But still, 7.3 is a huge, big score.
Yeah, we've got a heat on our hands now. So an answer back here from Zave. Ryaru's got to start to build, start to lift more. He's obviously been doing such incredible turns already. Zave, he's going to have a look here again, Dai.
On the smaller size waves, first time, great projection, and gets a big curve, while the wave just keep a lot of wall for him, but unfortunately goes down again on a finishing turn. So definitely that'll replace the 3.0, but yeah, that was really unfortunate for Xavier.
Yeah, looking like he just wanted to keep surfing, to be honest. He was excited on this wave. Nice in the pocket, got him speed down the line here to go into a carve and a nice snap. This would have been good points on the board with that end section turn, but that end section has, I'm going to say, got an 80% of our competitors in this event. You've seen almost everyone at least once fall on that finishing turn. It is just showcasing how much water is coming from both angles, and then to paddle through that and get back out, you know, you've got to have to conserve a lot of energy here today. 2 30-minute heats out in Jinzun Harbor where there's a lot of water moving out there today too. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a test of stamina as well.
Definitely, you know, it takes a while to get back to the point, as we have a lot bigger swell today. So I actually paddle so much this morning, and I was so tired after, you know, trying to get back out. So definitely you need to have energy to it, and definitely an extra 5 minutes will help.
You can see that trying to tie the umbrellas down right now, keep them locked in. That's how windy it is out there, Dai. It is starting to really howl out there. This typhoon, it's currently hitting the Philippines right as we speak, and we're getting this ricochet effect off of it. So it's starting to make landfall. It hits the Philippines and then it makes its way up the globe. It's a pretty solid one, and even the fact that it's in the Philippines right now and we have this much wind, it's showing that it's pretty strong, this one.
Yeah, it is a very big, you know, typhoon. It's coming up to us right now, so you can see, but heat by heat, the wind is picking up so hard right now. This morning it was more like towards the offshore, but it kind of turned into the side onshore right now. But still, this wind gives, I don't think it's, well, it does have a little bit of a texture on the face right now, but still, the left wall, just, it's fun, super fun to surf on. So it's really hard to surf towards the right, but still, if you go left, there's so much wall to work on and so much, you know, critical section that you can hit, but it's just so tricky to get the right ones right now.
And even just with one other person out there, it's super easy to get lost. And with this extra swell, it's slightly changed direction. It's obviously coming from the northeast, but we've seen mostly east swell the last couple of days. So with this northeast, you do have to change your lineups a little bit. You can tell it's moved down the point ever so slightly. But right now, Harley Walters getting ready for his second semi-final in this Asia leg. And he's coming up against Reef Heazelwood, two really informed surfers there.
That is a great matchup. Two goofy footers up against each other, and wow, I think that's the one to watch. I really like Reef's attack on his forehand, and he did a great job at a Kurui, took a win. But Harley Walters, he can do everything. Airs, big turns on backhand as well. So definitely, heat number 2 will be the one to watch.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy going right today. It's definitely probably only for the airs. That wind is going to stick your board to your feet, but I feel like it could almost play a little too much havoc. It could potentially put you in the wrong place for landing. Here we go. Zabe looking here, Di.
Well, he's trying to get rid of the 3.73 right now, but unfortunately he goes down on the floater. Is there any way for Riaru at the back? He has first priority, sitting in the lead at the moment with a 6.67 and 5.50. Xavier Heazelwood needs a small score, 4.84.
He's going to want to be careful right now with all these falls. He's definitely want to have clean that up at this point. Obviously he has the highest wave score of the heat, but sometimes you can just get stuck in a rut, and then you'll be thinking to yourself, that head noise, it'll start to fizzle in, and you'll think, oh, I've got to make this turn. I've got to land this one. And that's probably the worst thing you can be saying to yourself, you know, adding that pressure. Try and keep that noise quiet right now for Zabe and just surf, you know, try and get a completed ride. Obviously, Riaru is in fine form. Even though in those two waves we saw that 6.67, that 5.5, he's not slowing down. And honestly, he was probably in first gear.
Right.
So it feels like Riaru's definitely got room to build here. So he's still a massive threat. And it feels like that probably won't be his finishing scoreline with 13 minutes here.
And it feels like he knows what kind of wave he wants in this event. And we have Ria Rito up and riding. 伊藤リアル、この波で 5.50 以上出したいところですが、ここはポテンシャルがなかったようです。キックアウトをします。One big maneuver, but quickly kicks out.
A lot of foam on that face there, Di. It would have been pretty hard to navigate that left here for Riaru. We can see he was really interested in this one. Bigger looking wall in front of him, just beautiful carve in the pocket. He really does have that swoop on lock, and then just so much texture on that face there for Riaru. So he wasn't messing around with it. We know how long that paddle out back is. You can end up miles down the point here. So he's going to save himself, save a bit of energy, get himself back out there. But Zave's going to have first priority here.
You know, Xavier's been keeping himself really busy in this heat, and now he has a first priority. So I'm curious what he's going to do with the first priority. He's going to stay and he's going to wait for the set, or he's stay the same, just keep himself busy. But now I think Riaru is a good position under priority. He can get as many waves as he wants, and probably he will get the smaller ones that where he can do, you know, finners and airs. So yeah, it's so curious what Xavier's gonna do with the first priority right now.
I've been loving Riaru's approach to this competition. He's done, if not but majority of the biggest turns we've seen in this event. Some of those end section hits in the earlier rounds were absurd. They were absolutely huge, and the water flying off the back of the wave just showed how hard he was pushing. Here's the other guy in semi-final number 2, Reef, breaking it down with Ollie Reisenbeek. He's getting ready. He's got so much experience, you know, Reef. He's going to be hard to beat.
You know, he's been on a CT tour level, and then he has been surfing all kind of waves in air show, and so he's got experience, like you said. Definitely, you know, he seems so relaxed and just ready for the action. But in this heat, we have two experienced surfers as well. Those, you know, two surfers surfing on the Challenger Series, so definitely they know how to get requirement. They know how to play the game.
Oh, yeah. And, Zave having a pretty interesting quarterfinal yesterday with Shohei. Those two were going cat and mouse at the start of the heat. There was a really crazy tussle going on there. It was almost like a battle of bravado between those two. So it's cool to see even those guys on the Challenger Series still bringing that competitive energy to these big QS 6000s here. And I loved it, actually. I really loved the hassle between the two of them. You don't get to see that too often.
Right. I love it. I love to be the one who's watching that battle. I don't want to be in that situation.
No, me too. I like to stay in my own lane with that sort of stuff. But no, it was cool. Shohei he was ready to go.
He was hunting. He was super hungry for the win in every round. Not in the last round, earlier round, he was just didn't waste any time and didn't open any door for all the surfers. He just locked in, and he was so hungry for the win. Well, I really love to see him surfing great on CS2 again, Pipeline and Newcastle next year.
Out of all the Japanese competitors on that Challenger Series, who do you see doing the best at Pipeline? Ryaru.
Definitely Ryaru. Is that because he's got a lot of experience in the bigger waves and a tube rides? Because where he's from is Miyazaki. They have a lot of different type of barrels and different type of the waves, and has experience in Tahiti. He spent a lot of time there, a lot of time in Hawaii, and a lot of time in Australia too, traveling around Australia and just hunting for the slabs. So definitely Ryaru is the one to watch at the Pipeline. But here is Ryaru up and riding. 伊藤リアルこの波で5.50 を超えていきたい。どうでしょう。ここは前に出てきました。Wow, that was under priority. He got this wave. It looked like a closing out for him, but he did a big floater, come around the section, great projection, and gets the finishing turn.
He was so late to that finishing section. I do not know how he got to this and just pushed so hard. That tail was drifting up and over a wall of whitewash. With the completion, he has been making those turns without even looking like he's fumbling. Ryaru has just gone up a level this event. He is on fire.
Wow, that was a great two-turn combo. I did not expect that coming on that wave, but I got a feeling that the wave will be better than the 5-5.
Oh yeah, that second turn was crazy. And just to get that much release whilst having an absolute mountain of foam coming your way, that has so much control, so much strength has to go into that turn, and confidence, commitment to the section there. So Ryaru there's that big wave experience you're talking about. You know, he's not scared to put it up in those really tricky sections and then get rewarded for it, because scores are locking in, It is going to go into the top two.
Right, healthy number for Ryaru. Starting to lock in, so it's a 6.17. He's extending his lead. He's in the lead with a 6.67 and a 6.17. Xavier Heazelwood with 7.33, which is the highest score so far in this heat, needing a 5.51. It's still doable. It's not a big score yet. So definitely door open for Xavier Heazelwood.
I'm still gobsmacked. I don't know how Ryaru made that turn. That was crazy. It was such a big section there for Ryaru. So 6.17, pretty much just for one turn. So the judges really loving that. This is the standard he set for himself. This is what we're used to seeing right now from Ryaru. Zave chasing a 5.51. These guys never met head-to-head before. They've competed in four-man heats a couple of times. Zave's actually got Ryaru's number in four-man heats, but two-man heats are a different game. You know, you have so much more room to move. You can get, loose with it, get free with it if you want. And both of these guys have had that moment to do so. But right now, Zave pretty much looking for a backup here. Ryaru might try and swing again under priority. He doesn't like that one, but I'm loving the matchup here. These two guys are absolutely putting everything on the line to try and make the final hit.
Wow, this is a great matchup. Now, we are reaching a 5-minute mark in about 30 seconds, and Xavier is sitting out there with the first priority for quite a bit now, 5 minutes or so. So definitely is just waiting for the right ones. But I think it's working well for Ryaru Ito now. The 617 he got was under priority, and what do you think Xavier now is thinking?
He's going to want a bigger wave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. He's going to look for one with a nice bowl to it. This wave almost had it. So Ryaru, he's going to swing on what Xav didn't want here.
リアルここで 6.17 以上スコアするとその差を広げます。ここも大きなセクションが来たところに一発シグネチャームーブを入れてきました伊藤リアル。これで 6.17 以上スコアしその差を広げることができるか。Wow, that was a huge finishing turn again.
Wow, Ryaru is ripping. This wave had 5 points on it, so maybe a bit of a mistake here from Xav letting it go. Ryaru just, these end section turns, he is just owning them right now. That was serious turns from Ryaru. This is the future. We might see this guy in this event in a couple of years' time. He's gearing up, getting ready.
He's getting ready.
This is his pit
right
dog
now.
style.
Wow. 4 minutes left on the clock, still waiting for the last wave for Ryaru. Just pretty much the one big turn, but definitely it was a great turn from Ryaru.
Sick.
Wow.
This guy's just getting an 8 right now. He's just backhand, forehand finners. No, this is cool. It's really cool to see that next generation come down, get amongst the action. We've seen them running around all week, hanging out for what has been really long days. We've had a pretty big event back to back. This will be our shortest day with 6 heats, but we had multiple days with 24 heats. And yesterday we had 16 heats, which is still a big day in itself. So it's been a massive team effort to get this event out, and it actually has to be a thank you to everyone who's been a part of it and made this event happen, and also made this event happen in quite a short time frame. So it's been cool to see all the athletes, staff, spectators all band together and make this be an incredible event, which is what it's have been. We're going to take a look at this replay again here for Ryaru. This was a 6-3-3. So Xav with a mistake here, letting Ryaru go. Now he's chasing a higher score. So 6-3-3. Xav was chasing a 5-6-7. Should have gone that wave. There were scores on the board there. That's what these guys are competing for here, Dai.
That is a cool trophy made by. Wow, that's a huge.
That's
pretty
massive.
Big. Yeah, massive.
Good luck getting that in your board bag on the way.
It's hard to travel with, but yes, Ryaru's last wave, he is extending his lead now. Xavier now needs 5.67, which is not too big yet because he's got the highest score of the heat so far, 7.33. He's just trying to replace the 3.73 right now. He's with first priority, sitting there quite a long time now, pretty much over 10 minutes, probably reaching 2 minutes mark.
Yeah, I feel like Xav potentially waiting for a set right now, but a 5-6-7, you need a mid-sized wave.
Definitely.
It doesn't need to be one of the biggest ones. He doesn't need to chase down an 8 here. All he's looking for is a 5-6. And considering what we saw in that 7-3-3, and that was with a fall, that 5-6, it could be 2 backhand turns there for Xav. We've seen Ryaru, get a 6-3-3 for 1 turn. So, yeah, I feel like Xav, I appreciate the sit and wait, I do. But right now, it's decision time. He doesn't need an 8, he needs a 5. So even a mid-size wall that comes through, tag it with everything you got 2 times, that's the score.
Definitely. Last 2 scores for Ryaru, he got 6-1-7 and 6-3-3. That was, he got them under priority on a smaller size wave. So definitely it's showing that there's a potential in the smaller size waves as well. But 1 minute to go on the clock. Xavier is still chasing 5.67 to go into the final. Well, very stressful moment for Xavier and Ryaru. Ryaru wants to get 1 more wave to extend his lead. Well, here comes Xavier paddling for it on a smaller size waves, needing a 5.67. Okay, first turn, great. Gets the second turn in. And Well, unfortunately, there's 2 turns. So, is this going to 5, 6, 7?
I don't think so, Di. I don't think that's a 5, 6, 7. Ryaru, he's going to swing one last time just in case out the back here.
伊藤リアル、これがラストの波になりそうです。一発目、大きなターン、スペル上げます。そして綺麗なカーブスラッシュターンをして、フィニッシュが出てきたところで大きなターンを決めて、これは前に出てこれなかったか。ただ素晴らしいライディングを見せてきました。Well served. That was a great surfing again from Ryaru. That's at the end of the heat. So last wave for Xavier comes in at a 3.43. So not enough. It's Ryaru, the first men's finalist. He is going to the final, and we'll be right back with the semi-final heat number 2.
So what a great first semi-final. Winning and advancing through to the final is the
How? Oh, mate. I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone off his. Swell's starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're going to make it cone today. Yeah, let's go, brother.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is finals day of the Taiwan Open of Surfing. What an incredible morning. What an incredible week we've had here in Jinzun Harbor. In the water right now, semifinals heat 2 of the men's, Harley Walters and Reef Heazelwood. It's going to be another incredible matchup. Wind has picked up a little bit compared to this morning, but waves are pumping. Nonetheless, there is your first men's finalist on your screen, Ryaru Ito. Our man in red, we're about to see Daiwako do a quick post-heat interview with him. He is pumped up. Look at him. How vibes are super high. Saying hello to everyone down at the beach. On your screen, this is Harley Walters, first wave of the second semifinal. Good looking wave. Couple turns out the back, nothing too crazy, getting things started. We added 5 minutes to the heat, so it doesn't seem like a lot, but in the water it is. I'm Jada Legati, and I want to welcome True Starling in the booth with me.
Hey! Yeah, thank you, Jada. I feel like we've got 2 heats left after this. That's weird.
What? Extremely short day.
How did this happen? All right, Harley Walters, up and riding. He is looking for a finals berth. He got 3rd in the Cloud9 event not too long ago, and Harley just a bit of an easy wave to start. I mean, it wasn't anything too special. A 267 is what it comes through as. Harley been working with Adam Dufner for this event, and I know that Duffy's down here on side. He's really dedicated to, you know, seeing Harley in the finals. He's been ripping all event, but Reef, he's a pretty fierce opponent as well. This is a really, really exciting semi-final. I feel like both surfers, they're goofy footers, they're both good in the air. It's just gotten pretty windy outside as well. So wondering if we might see some backhand punts, who knows, but I'm excited to see how this semi-final goes.
Ooh, I am hoping we do see some of that happening. It's going to be so exciting. We saw Ryaru absolutely tear it apart. 13 heat total against Xavier, another great opponent there. But wow, it's going to be a super exciting morning here on your screen. Looking like Harley Walters taking a look at this left. Whoa. Big opening gouge there. Sets it up again, wraps it around nicely. He's going to slash it one more time. This wave's starting to taper off a little bit on the inside, but he's going to stick with it. Do something big, Harley. And he shuts that one down really nicely. So beautiful start to his heat.
How was that little look back as well? He's like, did you guys just making sure you saw that? And you've got that down as a good score, because this first opening turn for Harley was so strong. Look at that. Big just exclamation mark on that first turn. Backs it up really strong. Harley, he is looking the goods right now. He's gaining momentum. He's gaining a bit of rhythm. Belts it there to finish. That was a look back. I love when you see that passion and that little bit of sass come through from Harley Walters, because I get excited about it. He's pretty humble and pretty mellow on land, and then as soon as he gets out there with the rash, he's like, brings out the personality. It's great.
I love when the surfers bring out their competitive side in the heat. I mean, you don't see it too often, but when you do, it just shows how much dedication and how much they really want. I think yesterday's heat with Xavier was the perfect example. But before we get back to that, let's have a quick conversation with Dai and our first men's finalist, Ryaru.
さあセミファイナルヒート1見事勝ち上がりファイナル進出を決めました。まずはおめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今率直な気持ちいかがですか？
とりあえず嬉しいですね。初ファイナル行けたんで超ハッピーです。
QS ではこれが一番ベストリザルトということですか？
そうですね。 QS6 戦では、ファイナル行ったことなかったんで、はい、最高です。
ヒート中もなんか見てる方が心配することなく乗る波が分かっているというか、沖に待っていてもインサイドで待っていてもやるべきこと、そして乗る波というのがはっきりしているよなという印象だったんですが、やはりもうプランもなくとにかく波に乗れば出せるなっていう感じでしたか？
まあそうですね。とりあえず、まあ、気持ち的にはフリーサーフィンなんでもっと乗って普通にサーフィンするだけかなみたいな、そんな感じです。
やはりそのフリーサーフィンができるというのも自分の好きな場所であるここの、ポイントというのもあるんですか？
まあそうですね。まあ基本もうこのレフト結構僕好きなんですけど、ここのレフト超いい波なので、はい、そんな感じです。
He's just super stoked to get into the final. This is so far his best result on the QS6000. He made it to equal third, but this is the first time actually into the final, so he's just super stoked. He just want to go out there and free surf. でもうすぐ、試合の始まると思うので、短くインタビュー済ませますが、たくさんの方宮崎が応援してくれてると思います。ファイナルもたくさんの方見ると思います。メッセージをお願いします。
応援ありがとうございます。次もフリーサーフィンしてくるんで楽しみにしておいてください。ありがとうございます。
フリーサーフィン楽しみにしてます。頑張ってください。Back to you guys.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dai and Ryaru. Wow, actually pretty surprising first time in a final for a QS 6000. I would have imagined someone of the talents of Ryaru would have been in a few already at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that would have been on the cards for sure. So Ryaru making his first final, and he's looking the goods. He's looking really, really strong. So let's see who he's going to match up with, either Harley or Reef. And that last one of Harley locked in at a 6.67. So this is the kind of surfing that we're used to seeing from him. 6s and 7s consistently. So his one wave already locked that in. If he can get a good backup and apply pressure, he'll maybe rattle the cages of a very calm Reef Heazelwood, who's only had a couple of throwaway scores so far in this heat.
Yeah, he has, but Reef, someone who works really well under pressure. He's someone who, doesn't really get his feathers ruffled so easily. He tends to be really calm, cool, and collected. But on your screen, Harley not staying still. Love that second blowtail. Took it all the way around. That was beautiful from Harley Walters.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. Harley just letting it go a little bit. That's the confidence that we're starting to see shine through. I'm liking how he's building a foundation. Oh my gosh, Reef.
Oh.
Wow, it's getting pretty windy and whitewashy and unruly out there, but he just navigated that so well.
Yeah, it is getting slightly out of control out there, but these guys know exactly what they need to do, something that I've said quite a few times. I think it's so important to be at the top. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to adapt to situations really quickly and swiftly and not really overthink things. And that's how these guys got here. They've surfed all types of conditions, glassy and fun, windy, and now big as well. So let's see, what do you think about this replay?
Yeah, this first opening turn was really nice. This one here, you can see how much drift he got. Harley, 4.83 for that one. So he's got a second score in. He's adding the pressure, but then Reef goes out. It's just the one turn. Got a little bit hung up, so it won't be anything major. It's a 3.77. So right now, with just over 20 minutes to go, Harley out in front, but Reef on the answer back.
All right, Reef keeping busy. Big section there. That was insane. He absolutely hacked that thing. Wow, this is going to start getting real now. That is a type of surfing I was expecting from Reef. He had his couple warm-ups, but this turn right here, wow, true.
Okay, that was so big, so much power. And how was the extra just kick that he got? It was like he's just... I don't know, there was no way I wanted to be that section because he absolutely detonated that wave. That's going to be a big score for Reef. He needs a 7.73, and that was probably one of my favorite turns of this heat so far.
This heat, I think that could go in up to my favorite turns of this event. I mean, that was insane. That was really satisfying to watch. He came out of that with so much speed, even more than he went into it. So that's when you know that's a turn with a lot of technique and a lot of power. I'm excited to see the score drop. This is going to start getting really, really interesting now.
Yeah, it will for sure. We're seeing both of these surfers stick to the rails, stick to the traditional part of surfing, but they're both really good in the air. And I'm wondering if that is even a possibility for them out there right now. I really, really hope so, but they're sitting on these long lefts. It's interesting to note they are actually quite far down, so they have to, navigate a pretty decent paddle back out. And that last one for Reef's a 6.43. So he gets back into this heat. Harley, he's having a good look here.
All right, Harley out the back. Really good looking left here. First, a nice jab. Goes around again. A bit of a check turn here. So this wave, not too much on offer. I would say it was a little bit more of a flatter one, and it doesn't have that horseshoe curve towards him like the other waves did, but Reef right behind him. Big hack there. I would love to see what he did out the back. He's going to take this one all the way down to the inside. Looking like he's going to have some extra sections there. I'm not sure if he landed that. We'll see later on in the replays, but yeah, Harley wanting to back up that 4.83 pretty quickly after he heard Reef's 6.43 go down.
Yeah, and I just feel like for Harley, maybe a bit of patience might have helped him out there. I don't think that wave is going to go into the top two for Harls. Reef's, on the other hand, potential, he only needs to better 3.77. Let's take a deeper look at it. Good opening first turn. It's a bit of a smaller wave, but Reef gets a lot of work done. He needs a 5.08, so he does really well through this inside connection, belts it there, ditches the fins, but it's the completion that's going to cost him a little bit. This one of Harley's too, it was good surfing and it had really great flow. Harley's, he's got so much flow when he surfs, but it just lacked that real power moment. And you can see here, he's like, you know what, I'm going to get off this wave. I don't need too much more. It's not offering me a lot. It didn't really have much damage. So 3.17, he gets out of there.
Yeah, so it won't be improving his scoreline. The last Reef came in at a 4.13. So Harley's still with the upper hand here. He has just a slightly better score, but look at the difference. 11.50 for Harley and a 10.56 heat total for Reef. So it's really tight. The surfing is there and everyone's doing impeccable, but Harley maybe getting the wave choice was a little better maybe for his scores.
Yeah, I agree. I think particularly that 6.67, it was just kept offering so many good sections. If you had to pick, who do you think is going to get this one in the end?
I would say I'm going to go for Harley on this one. I'm going for Harley. I think I think he's been surfing incredibly well this whole event, and his style is just effortless. He's lovely to watch. I'm not saying Reef isn't, but I think Harley's a name I haven't seen so much around, and I would love to see him make it in the final, you know, especially getting that semifinal finish in Philippines. You want to do better, and getting these back-to-back results is not easy, so I'm rooting for Harley on this one.
Yeah, I agree too. I feel like Harley is due for a finals appearance. You know, this is his first proper year committing to all the QSs. He went to Krui, went to NIAS, he was in Korea, Japan, now Cloud9, and here to finish off the year for him. And I just feel like the last couple events he's been getting better and better. The consistency in his results is there, so that's a huge win for him. But I haven't seen Harley take to the sky like we're used to seeing from him in free surfs, or like we saw in the Stab High event, and I want to see that. I want a little bit of that to shine through at some point, and I think it will make Reef lift as well throughout the back end of this heat, because Reef is obviously so good in the air, winning the Krui Pro, so I feel like I think it'll be a really back and forth heat. The 6.43 of Reef's basically off that big one-turner. So power meets power right now.
Yeah, I am excited. I do hope someone takes for the air at any moment, because usually when one of the surfers does it and gets a good score, or almost gets a good score, the other surfers in the heat start as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited because both these surfers are incredible at doing those big punts, and with this air wind, I think it's going to be a great air show.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for it. It is windy out there. There's a lot going on, but there's opportunity for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so coming up next, we're going to have our women's final. Oh my goodness. And it's going to be a good one. Lucy Dara still 15, already in a second QS 6000 final. I mean, that is some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And Safi Vette, one of the favorites in this QS region, is going to be going and trying to get that win as well, coming off a bit of a bad leg of contest, but finally gets a final.
Yeah, the penny drops for Safi in this event. She had some really great moments, an 817 in a semi-final not too long ago, so it's pretty huge. I know that like Safi would be really happy with that. The rest of the Vette clan at home watching and supporting her, and the same with Lucy and her family. I think some of them are still in the Philippines, her dad and her brother maybe, but another huge result for Lucy Dara at just 15. It's amazing.
Yeah, she had a bit of a post-heat interview yesterday when she made the semis. And she was like, I asked her, I was like, were you expecting this year? And she was like, no, actually, I didn't. I was just coming here to try it out. But live action here, Reef Heazelwood, 508 is his requirement. Good, strong finish on that wave. 2 big turns. We'll see what the judges deem that one. He is fighting back. He's keeping busy, just like we've seen time again throughout this event. That's how you win heats. That's how you get those big scores, is giving yourself opportunity.
Yeah, and Reef, he's got so much experience on the CT, Challenger Series, QS. He knows what needs to be done, and he's doing it right now. Gets that first turn, cuts it short just to make it in time for this one, and really accentuates the finish. 508 is what he needs. He got a 413 on the previous to last wave of his, so feeling like that is really going to challenge for the 508 to get him up into first.
Yeah, it's I think Harley could be in a little bit of a dangerous position now after that last one. I think most of the points are going to come from that second turn. That first one, as you said, was cut a little short. He needed to give himself time to give that bottom turn and finish it off. But Reef, you're right, has been around a long time, and most of these surfers already can tell what their score is going to be from the moment they finish their wave. They don't necessarily have to wait for the score to come through. That's how much time and effort and practice they've put into this. They can kind of judge themselves, and it's an important part in surfing because it's how you improve. And here we have it. Reef Heazelwood, last wave of 567, goes straight to first.
Wow, Reef. He's just laughing right now because he's got 11 and a half minutes. He's in the lead but it's Harley with first priority. He only needs a 5.43. Harles has the best wave of the heat so far. So I think for Reef, he's probably got that in the back of his mind and he's thinking, I need to better. I need to lift, get the best wave of the heat, and keep adding pressure to Harley Walters. Harley, he's an incredible surfer, not as experienced in the Rashi as Reef is. So it's going to be really interesting to see Harley's decision making in the back 11 minutes of this heat.
Yeah, and I would say that is a part that maybe Harley has the advantage of. He doesn't have all this experience, so doesn't have so much to lose, I would say. This is Harley on his backhand live, takes to the air, lands it, unfortunately just gets blown off the back, wasn't able to ride out of it, but he will be getting back out there with 10.5. That's plenty of time. 5.43 is his requirement. It is not a big ask.
No, it is not at all. Let's take a look at it. You could see, wow, made it, but landed on top of the wave there for Harley Walters. That was really unlucky, but really good signs because we know that it's coming. We know he's going to be doing that. We know that he's going to go to the air. So let's see it. 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Reef probably saw that and is hopefully going to start taking to the air as well. He has priority now, got closer to the point. Harley taking a look at this one. He's going to take off. Big looking set here. He highlines it. He's eyeing that section down. Takes to the air. Lands it and absolutely gets down. So this is going to be a pretty interesting score. That's the first air we see of this heat actually done and dusted. So let's see. What do you think about this one, True?
I liked it. A 5.43, asking the question, gets the rotation, and a good completion there. Reef was keeping an eye on that out the back. Maybe a little bit hung up for Harley, but he still got the job done. 5.43, he's definitely pushing for it. Reef had a big paddle, didn't quite scratch on them.
Yeah, okay, so you're right. He did get a little hung up on the way down, but that was a beautiful air. So we'll see what the judges think. That will kind of be putting the baseline of, okay, this is what type of air we want to see, and this is what we're going to score it.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to be a huge score, but it could fight for that first position.
Yeah, I think so. He only needs pretty much a 5.5. So it's probably the first, well, it is the first air of this semi-final that we've seen where there's been a completion. So 4.43, not enough. Needs to lift a little bit more for Harley.
Maybe it needs a little bit more critical. It has to be a little bit more clean on the landing without that touch of getting hung up. So exciting moments. Reef with priority now, Harley second, but plenty of space in the lineup and plenty of opportunity. Hopefully we'll get a couple more exchanges here. So both surfers taking a look at this one. It is Reef who gets it. He eyes a section down, big blast, follows the lip line of the wave all the way down, gets that second one in, rides out of it.
Wow.
He's feeling it. He looks at the judges. That was a beautiful ride.
Yeah, that was nice. And how was the claim? He's going, yep, I'll take that. That's better than my 6.43. So Reef is really starting to open up, and that's what we're used to seeing from him. Let's take another look at this because this was huge. Reef, wow, tags out there, really kicks off the tail. And again, just right into a tight section. Reef, Heazelwood really starting to liven up. My goodness, that's going to be a big score, Giada.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm not used to seeing Reef really claim his waves. I think he's usually a more calm and collected guy. You just saw him slap the water. He's pumped up. He's excited. And it just shows how much he really wants to be in that final.
Wow, look at this. A 7.67 for Reef Heazelwood. He is just getting better and better with every wave. Every time he stands up, he's lifting. So it's making Harley rise to the occasion. He needs a 7.44 now. He's got 7 minutes. There's time, but it feels like it's going really quick.
Yeah, it is. And that's going to make life just that little bit harder for Harley. A 7.44 is a pretty decent requirement. So it's not the best position to be in, but there's plenty of time, and he has the surfing to get it. So I'm hoping we have a good last 6.5 minutes of this last semifinal before we just go straight into the finals.
Wow, this is going to be really crazy because Reef or Harley is going to go pretty much back to back. They've got 35 minutes until they need to, 30 minutes pretty much until they got to paddle out for a final, whoever progresses through this one. So that's pretty crazy, really quick turnaround, but it's what you're here for. It's why we're on finals day, and that's why you got to be prepared for it all. And Reef, he's just rising to the occasion. He started off a little bit wobbly, and now he's, 6.43, 5.67, 7.67. He's just loving it out there right now. Now he's got no pressure, and I think we might see him go to the air, I hope. Anyway, here he goes again.
All right. Bit down the line, a little more south of the bay. He didn't like the look of that inside wave, but that's okay. He's in a pretty comfortable position. I wouldn't say safe, but comfortable. He's in a spot where he can kind of relax a little bit more now. He can go for those airs because 7.44 is a decent requirement. Harley's got a bit of work to do, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, a quick turnaround. Any of these boys is going to make the final, and it's going to be tiring, but this is what they've worked for. This is what they trained for, these exact moments, those days where they have to surf 2 to 3 big heats, and this is where all the details of everything leading up to this come together, the nutrition, the training, the hours in the water, the paddling. So I'm sure they've both put so much of their time and dedication into it, and this is what they were waiting for.
Yeah, this is your time to shine, really. Like, it's as cliche as it sounds, it is. These are finals days are where you want to be. Semi-finals, obviously, if you bow out in the semis, it's a great result, but you're always looking for that trophy. You're looking for one better each time. Reef hasn't had a win since the Krui Pro. Harley hasn't made a final in a QS 6000 yet. So both incredible, goals for Harley and Reef in this one. And Harley's got 4 minutes, 7.44 to get himself into the final against this guy. On screen, Ryaru Ito. He's been on a tear as well. We got the women's next. That's going to be crazy.
Yep, it is Lucy Dara and Safi Vette. Again, a little bit pretty similar to this matchup. We have the 15-year-old still experiencing all this new world, let's say. And Safi Vette, been doing the QSs for a while now, Olympian. She's had some great results. She has the experience. So it's going to be a bit of a battle of that, the experience versus the newcomer. I feel like Lucy doesn't have so much pressure on her because of that. She doesn't need to, she's just testing the waters practically. This is all starting for her, and Safi needing this result more and having a bit more pressure that, in that sense, as, I have the experience and I want this win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Safi, I think she's had a third in the QS 6000 a couple of years ago in Krui, but I don't think Safi's had a win in a QS 6000 yet. So that would be a huge result and a huge, amount of points to go into a Challenger Series campaign. She'll skyrocket up the rankings. We'll see what happens. But 3 minutes to go. Harley needs something, and I think he's up and riding right now.
All right, he's highlighting this one. He's eyeing the section down. He's just gaining speed. Let's see what he does. He goes. Oh, he tricked me on that one. He doesn't. He just a quick up and long down the line out.
Yeah.
But with 2.5, that could possibly be a bit of a mistake now, giving Reef that priority. It's a bit of a tough one here.
Yeah, that is a really tough situation. I mean, we know what Harley wanted to do then. He wanted to go into the air, but not really liking any of the sections that he had in front of him. So he needs to get a wriggle on, start paddling a little bit faster to get out the back, because it's a time that's really the enemy. He's got just under 2 minutes to get a 7.44. The next wave is going to be his last opportunity.
Yeah, so it's going to get a little complicated now. Reef with that priority, he's going to be hunting Harley down.
Yeah.
Reef is a competitive machine. He was practically born and bred to do this. So I wouldn't be surprised if he Oh, and he actually goes for this one. Big backhand turn there. Reef falls. Okay, Harley, a minute and a half. This is his opportunity now. He needs a 7-4, has to do it on one wave. I see some lines coming through. This is his moment now. This is what he's been waiting for.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking times. I know the Walters clan back at home in Oz and Dakota and Oscar Berry there in Lakey at the moment. They're probably watching this going, come on, Harley. Let's see it. I mean, a 7.5 is basically what he needs to get. He can do that. He's been doing that all event. So he just, needs to pick the next best wave. Hopefully, if it comes in the next 50 seconds.
Please give us a good finishing to this heat. Give us maybe a buzzer beater. I'd love to see a buzzer beater.
That would be great. I would love to see that. Oh, it might happen, Giada.
All right, here he goes. This is his last chance. 7.44 is his requirement. He's going down the line. This wave, looking like it's not going to offer too much, but he has to go big. It was really nice, but I don't know if it's going to be it. Body language says he kind of knows it too. 30 seconds left. We'll see what the judges think, but it's maybe looking like it's going to be Reef and Riaru final.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like that's not 7.44 for Harley. That wave, you could tell after the first few pumps, it just wasn't really offering what Harley was hoping for. So, wow, what, as you said, a competitive machine is Reef Heazelwood. That was a great heat.
That was unfortunate there for Harley. I was kind of hoping for a big buzzer beater, but that's surfing, and this is why we love it. You know, opportunities come and go, and I guess it just isn't Harley's moment just yet. But third place in the QS 6000 is huge. I mean, many people can just wish they could do that. So scores coming through there for Harley Walters, and it's not looking like it's going to be the wave he's looking for. There we have it, a 1-point ride. So congratulations, Reef Heazelwood. He is going straight to the final with Riaru Ito. We're going to go on a quick break before we start the women's final.
There's one thing we all love to bits, it's a fresh spritz. A little bit of ice, juice is worth the squeeze. Now the magic elixir. Next up, a bit more citrus. Mint, agave. That is incredible.
All right, welcome back to the Taiwan Open of Surfing. Women's final has just hit the water. Men's final has been decided. Our second finalist is right next to me, Reef Heazelwood. Congratulations on the semi-win.
Yeah, thanks heaps. Tough heat with Harley and felt like it was a pretty exciting heat, so stoked to get the win on that one.
Run us through the conditions today, because obviously it's changed a lot.
Yeah, it was absolutely pumping this morning, and now that wind's come up, and I mean, there's still some sick ones out there, but a lot of bump you have to work with. The first couple waves I got, they were just so bump, I couldn't even really surf them.
You've done this dance before. You've made the final in Taiwan. Jarvis Earl got you, so is this a good chance at some redemption?
Absolutely, that's the exact thought I had just getting on the beach just then. I was like, all right, I got second last time, and yeah, let's get the win this time.
That final, it was sunny, it was pretty mellow, and it featured the most awkward, friendliest paddle battle you'll ever see, where you guys just smiled at each other and went up and down the beach. Bit more cutthroat this afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. Ryu's such a good competitor, and he's absolutely been ripping the whole event. It's going to be exciting, Goofy versus Goofy, and I think like we both can go for it, and I hope we do. So yeah,
this win's not a bad thing. The rights now, the airs come into play. Is that something you think about?
Absolutely. Yeah, was watching Harley hunt some of those rights for the airs, and yeah, I was keen to go for one if I got the section, and yeah, we'll see if any happens in the final.
All right. Well, one heat to go. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, Binsy.
All right, back to you guys in the booth for the women's final.
Yeah, it's official. It is Reef Heazelwood. He'll be joining Ryaru Ito in the final. Pretty cool to see one Japanese, one Aussie. So the battle of the two regions will be coming up in the men's final. Right now in the women's, I'm Jessie Starling, joined in the booth by True Starling and Giada Legati. Giada, what do you make of this first wave?
Wow, that was some beautiful surfing here from Lucy Dara. She wraps it around this section on the inside. So this is what we missed while we were on a break and on that interview. Nicely done here from Lucy all the way down to the south of our bay and finishes it off strong. This is Lucy Dara. Right behind her, Safi Vette.
Yeah, this is just a quick one for Safi. Not really much on offer there. She locked in an 8.17 in her semi-final, which is pretty insane. I mean, Safi, her backhand is an absolute weapon. But Lucy Dara, she's 15, she's got the energy, and she's super excited about being in another final as well. So, yeah, this is... I have honestly no idea how this final is going to play out because both of these women have such a different approach at this wave.
Yeah, we've got two extremely different competitors here. Lucy obviously already having a win this year on the QS in a big 6,000 over in Nias. Safi, she's had her best result on a left. So over in Crewe, she got a 9th place over there. We've got Long running lefts today. This is us on screen, chatting through the women's final right now. It's a pleasure to be having an all-female booth for the ladies' final here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's probably the first time in history that we have more women than men in the commentator team. So it has been an incredible week commentating with you girls, and this is the final. This is no semis anymore. This is a big moment for both these ladies.
Oh, we're in the big leagues. It's time to level up. It's time to, go strong and be excellent. And I think both Lucy and Safi, they've been bringing their best. But I feel like there's a little bit more to give, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this final plays out because I feel like we're going to see some excellent scores roll in.
It wouldn't be a heat or an event commentating if it wasn't for me asking you guys, if you got to pick a winner in this heat, who are you picking? Giada, we'll start with you.
Oh, I am going to go with Safi on this one. I think just because Lucy already has a QS 6000 under her belt, and Safi is a really good friend of mine, and she's been ripping. Her backhand is looking sharp and deadly, just like I saw in Crewe in the past. So I think I'm going to go with Saf on this one.
Truce?
I'm just going to go with Lucy. I feel like it's a really evenly matched final, but I think if Lucy can find one of those steep rights, she can really open up. Her forehand is looking good, but yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with either, but because you went with Safi, Giada, I'm gonna go with Lucy.
Yeah,
Pressure's
I'm not gonna say anything.
What?
I'm gonna leave it equal.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Gonna leave it equal in the booth here and just let you guys see who the winner is. It's obviously picked up a lot out there.
So you think I'm gonna win?
The wind has absolutely ramped up as well.
It's pretty draining, I'd say, to have a heat out there, but it's the last one for these two ladies. So you got to think they're going to give it their all. Safi obviously had excellence in the semi-finals. Trues. Do you think having an excellent score in a semi almost sets you up for momentum in the final or applies more pressure?
That's a really good question, Jessie. I feel like you can look at it from two angles. The first angle is, that gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you great momentum going into the final. The other way that you can look at it is it's a fresh slate. You reset, you redo everything, and you just do what you know that you can. And Safi hopefully is going to do that here.
Wow. Big single maneuver there for Safi. Got some drift on the tail as well, so releasing it all the way around here.
And I think she just answered your question.
Yep.
That's the confidence shining from an 817 from that semi-final that she had with Manami Nonaka. Look how big and vertical and punchy that turn was. Safi Vette, she's showing up in this final right now.
Yeah, we saw Riari locking sixes for single turns in his semi-final against Save. So potentially, we could see a similar trend here. 517 so far for Lucy Darragh. It's really standing out. It's interesting though, these two obviously staying together. Taylor Green, Charlie Hurst with them as well. Taylor in the semis. But for Lucy, she's so young. And there would be an emotional factor to come into surfing against, your roommate, someone who you look up to, people who have taken you under your wing and have taken down most of them right now. Emotionally, right now for Lucy, she's got to keep her cool right now, Gianna.
Yeah, she does. And you're right, there could be a bit of this weird emotional part, but I'm sure at the end of the day, it's contest, and everyone's here to win it.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters, is that once you're outside, everything's good. But it's looking like we have Binzi with Harley Walters.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Harley, commiserations on the heat just then, but congratulations on a great two-event run. You've got to be happy with 2/3.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'm pretty stoked to get a couple of results. Like, if you told me I was going to get 2/3 when I was coming over here, I'd take it for sure. But definitely spewing a little bit to not make a final in one of them. But, yeah, frothing to get some results.
Waking up this morning, it was firing on first light. Pretty tough out there now?
Yeah, it's so windy, and this morning was cooking. I don't know, got a couple of fun ones like in the free surf, and then, I don't know, you always knew the wind was going to come with the sun kind of, and then it's bloody windy now, so hopefully the boys can get a couple.
Your brother's won this in the past. You've got a third. Taiwan's a happy hunting ground for the Walters clan.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I wish I could do what Coase does out here. He's spinning like a maniac, but I don't know. I tried at the end, but I couldn't even get a ramp. But, I don't know. Stoked to get a result.
That all comes off the back of Stab High as well. It's been a pretty incredible few weeks for you. It must be thrilled.
For sure. I think I've had 3 thirds in a row now, so got third at Stab High and then these two comps. But, I don't know. Stab High is probably the funnest comp I've ever done, and then Dad's talked me into come to do these, and, stoked to come do these and get a couple of results.
Adam Dufner's been coaching a whole bunch of you across these last 2 legs. It's been a really fantastic crew, fantastic vibe amongst a lot of you Aussies.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank Duff so much. He's been helping me in Shargowan over here too. So, I don't know, without him I would have probably struggled a bit, and he's just kind of kept me going, and, stoked to be able to work with Duff.
Any last words to friends and family back home or wherever they are around the planet?
Nah, not really. Just thanks to Mum and Dad for helping me out and all my sponsors. Thank you.
Well, mate, it's pretty easy to do an interview after a heat win, but it says a lot about you that you'll come and have a chat with us after a third place. So congratulations. Well done, mate. Back up to you guys in the box.
Yeah, thanks, Binzi. Thanks, Harley. He's a simple character, keeps it nice and easy, never overcomplicates anything. I know Dakota and Oscar currently in Lakey Peak. They've been coming in between surfs to watch Harley's heats, and it's cool to see, all of those guys having a result here now. And Harley wasn't even going to come and compete in these 2 events, and he's had 2 great results. Same for Lucy Darragh. She wasn't even going to do the QSs this year, and now at 15 years old, she's in a second QS final. Safi, she's having a look here. She got a 5.43 for that one single hit. She wants more. Wow, here we go. Big wall ahead of her. She draws for a carve, and unfortunately she doesn't like the look of that wave. So I feel like with these 30-minute finals, you've got to be careful with this wave selection because it's a long paddle back out. It's quite draining. So maybe a bit of a mistake there from Saf.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like Safi, the 5.43 was so strong. It's a good backup right now. It's going to go into the top 2 for sure. But yeah, the paddle back out is a little bit tricky. There's a fair bit of energy that you do waste on that paddle out. So Safi hoping to maybe make the next wave that she has her best, or at least better than the last one that she just locked in. So she knows what she has to do. Safi's been competing here for a really long time. She's got a lot of great momentum and her backhand is really strong. So it's going to be an interesting final. These two roommates, they've been traveling together. We've got the other two on site there as well. So it's going to be a really, really great final. And I think Lucy, she's got the 5-1-7. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be such an exciting final. And like we've said in the past, it's the factor that Safi has been competing for a while. She knows what she has to do. And Lucy just coming here, not even wanting to do the QSs earlier, not expecting to it. Yeah, and then getting, a win at a 6,000. That's huge. And already a final again at another one. So that is going to be a huge boost of confidence for her and going into the next year and into the challengers.
Oh, and also showing that she's not scared. It's hard out there, and there's a couple solid cleanup sets rolling through. Nias wasn't small this year either, so she absolutely charges. She's not scared. She's going to have a crack here though, using first priority. Lucy currently chasing a 2.87. She's got one section. It's a big turn for a finish here for Lucy Dara. So we saw her turn go as high as a 5.43 for Safis. That is something pretty special there from Lucy Dara.
Wow. That's definitely going, in my opinion, that's going in the 6s range. I mean, that turn was massive. She hit that with no fear whatsoever. This is a solid wave. I mean, look at this. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Wow. What'd you think, True?
I loved that. That is... Okay, Safi's was a 5.43. I'm calling that's better. I loved that turn. It was in a critical... Yeah, I'm calling better. That's all I have to say, because I thought that was a really, really good turn. She surfs so well and so mature for her age, and I feel like that's a really great moment. She made the most of that. And she didn't try and fit 2 turns in. She was just like, you know what? I see the section. I'm focusing on that, and I'm going to belt it. And that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, she's got a really classy way of doing less and then doing that less better. So
Yeah.
Lucy Dara with what we're calling a big score. Early signs already. It's going to be the best wave of the heat so far. Locks in at a 6.67 for Lucy Dara. She's not wasting any time. She's up and riding again here. We love this rail work here from Lucy Dara, and kicks the fins, goes down. Lots of foam on that face there, but Lucy, I just can't get over the fact that she's 15. That is out of control.
Oh, I know, that is absolutely crazy. I mean, at 15, I was probably still like dressing up dolls and stuff. I was not winning QS 6000s and in finals at them either. That is some crazy stuff. You can just see the maturity in her surfing and her competitive surfing, because it's easy to be able to get those good waves when you're in your comfortable natural environment at home, but being able to do that under so much pressure is really impressive, and it just shows the mental strength she has as well.
Oh, and let alone to have one of your good mates, someone you think of as an older sister out there as well. So Safi, she's had a second in a QS event this high as well, but we're going to go across down to Binzi. I think he's got the other roommates with him.
Yep, speaking of good mates, we've got all the roommates here. Charlie, what's going on in the water right now?
Well, both the girls are in the final right now, and it's actually pretty close, but me and Taylor are a cheer squad right now, and yeah, they're doing really well.
What's going on? The Grom abuse ain't what it used to be, because the Grom's been on a heat of this event.
I don't know what's happened. We've let her get away with it, but no, she's killing it, and we're so proud of her. We're so proud of both of them.
Taylor, congrats on the third.
Thank you.
What are your, what were your feelings this morning with the conditions? It was pretty chunky out there. You dropped a couple of big scores.
Yeah, I started well. Just didn't really find a backup out there, but the conditions are pumping and Lucy's ripping, so happy both ways.
I know you got to sit on the fence and say you'd be happy either way, but you always, if you must lose, it's not bad if you lose the person who wins the comp, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're all friends, just be happy either way.
What goes down now? Does the winner shout you all dinner tonight, or do you shout the winner dinner? How does it work?
I think the winner's shouting us tonight.
Fair enough. That's easy for you guys to say sitting here. And finally, general feeling on this whole event. It's been a pretty fun one.
It actually has been a really fun one. There was a bit of a moment there we were worried about a typhoon, but it's been sick. We've had fun waves and it's been a bit windy, but it's been sweet. It's been good.
Right, well, one of the roommates is going to get the win, so well done to your little house. Last shout-outs, where are you staying? You've obviously had a good crew looking after you here.
We have actually a massive shout out to Jacaranda House. They've been amazing. We've been very lucky with the accommodation.
The food?
So good, so good. Lots of dumplings, actually we've been having burgers, lots of burgers.
And the Breakfast of Champions, what was everyone ripping into this morning?
We're at the Jacaranda House. They actually provide us with breakfast, so bacon and eggs and some yogurt bowls.
Shout out to Arnold and Jessica, we love you guys.
There you go. All right, back up to the Starlings and Jada in the booth. Cheers, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Bincy. Cool to see, the other two roommates. Vibes are high. No, there is no winner here. No loser, here today.
Yeah, the vibes are high. Everyone's smiling. The girls look like they're having a great time. And honestly, there is nothing best than being on a surf trip with your besties. I mean, for me, that's like the best therapy ever. It doesn't matter what you're going through at home or if you're going through anything. Being on a trip with your girlfriends is endless fun, especially if both of them are in a final.
Here we go, Lucy on a big section. She's going to get out of this one. What's your take? Are you thinking winner's shout or is it loser's shout?
I feel like
winner shout, 100%.
Yeah,
they're making the most cash. Why do we have to give it?
I know.
I would have lost money.
I'm like winner shout, but then I'm also like maybe like winner gets like
winner
princess
gets
treatment.
a pat on the back.
Good job. You're paying the bill.
Exactly. They're getting a check. That's not going to dent
thanks for coming.
That's not going to dent their bank account. We're the ones who are suffering. So give us a bit of happiness.
Lucy, we're coming to dinner with you. If Lucy wins.
At this point, we've got 10 minutes to go right now in this heat. So Saf, she's chasing a 6.42. Like I mentioned earlier, she's had a second place in a QS as high as this a couple of years ago over at Surfest. Ellie Harrison ended up taking that one out, and that was the event that got her back onto the Challenger Series. Saf, obviously with the Olympics last year, didn't get to she actually did have a massive year last year. She was balancing QS, Challengers and Olympics with all the training that was happening there. Now this time she doesn't have the Olympics on her plate. She's trying to get herself back to the Challengers. She was talking about how it seems to be clicking for her. Maybe the Challenger Series this is perfect time for Saf to try and get herself back there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think 6,000 points is definitely going to help that as well. Even a second to Safi, she's been so incredible this year, but just had a few really unfortunate heats, and sometimes that happens. And then you roll into another event, and you're like, wow, the penny's just dropped. Everything is working. And for Safi and Lucy, it's really happening. And I think Saf, she's got such an, electric backhand. It's lethal. Obviously a weapon of hers, dropping 8s in a semi-final before. That 5.43, thinking back to that, it was one turn. If Safi can find one with 2, she's looking pretty deadly for a big score.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time growing up with Safi as well. She's always just been so strong. She's always had an exceptional backhand. Spent a lot of years basically living at her house. So Safi, it's always been such a strong point. She spent a lot of time at Narrabeen and just getting to surf those incredible lefts there. And it's funny, it's actually the perfect Narrabeen swell direction today. That's what we have here at Jinzun, which is why we're getting these really long lefts. So I'd love to see Safi up at least twice more. 8.5 minutes. If she gets one now, she'll definitely get back out for another opportunity. She's currently sitting 12th. So this will definitely skyrocket her up there. And she wants to ruffle some feathers because currently the top 5 on the women's ranking in Oceania, they're all 18 and under. They are 20 and under, sorry. They are so young. They're all still pro junior ages. So Safi, she's trying to get one in there for the girls who've been doing it for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and it's crazy how at such a young age they're all just dominating. And Safi, she surfs at the Challenger Series level, so it's, about time that she re-qualifies for that Challenger Series and really gives it a red-hot crack without having everything else on her plate at the same time. It would have been really hard to juggle the Olympics and Challengers at the same time.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier this week, Jesse, that there's been such a big jump in age gap, I would say, especially with the last 2 generations of the skill of surfing, that it's been a bit of a shock. I mean, we're seeing 14-year-olds qualify for the CT. That's unheard of. Unheard of. So it's it's a bit of a feel-good moment sometimes when you see some of the girls that have been doing it for a while get that win, and it'll be good for Safi. Even as we said, that second is huge, and already coming out of a bit of a, an average year for her, this is a great result and a great way to get back into it and get back into the flow of things.
We're going to see Lucy. She's trying to drop a 5.17 here. You can see potentially trying to swing on a couple of those mid-sized to smaller ones. They do tend to have a slightly slower pace to them. So Lucy, maybe with a couple of tactics here, Giada.
Yeah, she's keeping busy. We've seen it time and time again throughout this week that the people, or the surfers, who are keeping busy and catching all those waves are the ones that are creating the most opportunity for themselves. But it is so tiring out there. There's this downward current that just takes you down south. So she's got to kind of keep her pace. She still has 6.5 left. She doesn't want to burn out just yet.
6 minutes just over to go in this one. Second last heat of the event. It's been a massive couple of days. Obviously, you can see this typhoon. It's currently hitting the Philippines, which is only a 2-hour flight from where we are. And it's already starting to ricochet up. You can see just that wind, how strong it is right now. So it was a massive effort from the entire community down here to get this event up and running in just a short time frame that we had. We were lucky that we had it kind of slowed down a little bit, and we had this morning to really work with, but right now this is going to be the last of the event, so just under 6 minutes to go till we see that last heat. Ryaru Ito, he's going to take on Reef Heazelwood, and pretty cool stat, no Japanese man has ever won this event based as a QS format, so Ryaru potentially could be the first to do so.
Making history for Japan. Ryaru, he is one of the most electric and exciting surfers to watch in this event. He has also never made a final in a QS 6000. This is going to be the first time. We heard him say that in the interview with Dai Wacko earlier on. So this is a lot of firsts happening here.
He's making history. Oh, absolutely. He's been such a standout. So we've had Aussies win here the past 4 years. So we'll definitely be looking, Asia will be looking to take that trophy back home, especially Japan. Right now, we're trying to see if Aussie or New Zealand is going to take the trophy home. So Lucy right now holding down the lead. It's a 6.67 and a 5.17 that's got her there. Saf, only with that one big term, she got rewarded for a 5.43. Her backup's just a small score of a 2.6. 6.42 is the requirement. What's running through her head right now, Drew?
Eyes on the lineup.
She's just talking to the ocean saying, give me a wave of 6.5, please. I want to do 2 big backhand belts, and she's getting 7s every day of the week. So I think she's just thinking, okay, ocean, work with me. I've got priority. I need a 6.5 basically, and she can do that. I feel like as soon as Safi gets to her feet and is on the wave, I feel like she's going to get the score. It's just a matter of if it comes in time, and if there is actually the wave of a 6.5 potential.
We've all been in these situations before because we've all competed. So I've asked this of quite a few surfers. We all have that one phrase we say to ourselves to keep calm in these situations. What was your guys'?
I think mine was, it's my time.
I like that.
And it's like, it's my time. The wave's coming. It's happening.
That's a nice one.
I think mine was a bit explicit. It's just swear words going, stressing out. Quick, wave, please. No, I actually don't think I had one.
Really?
Yeah, I actually don't think I did. I just rolled with it. If a wave would come, I was like, oh, well. That's when I knew. I was like, maybe competing's not for me.
And that's why we're in the booth.
Maybe it's actually not for me. But no, it's cool. It's such a cool sport. It takes you to such incredible parts of the world, including Jinzun. I never would have thought that it's funny, you know, when I tell people that I'm coming to Taiwan to go to a surf comp, they go, really? You know, but it's so wave rich. It's such a cool part of the world. There's obviously incredible points up and down this coastline, and we've only explored a very small part of it as well. So plenty of waves on offer here in Taiwan. We love to come back here. We've been here since 2011, so pretty much 15 years of competing here now, and we are definitely coming back for more in 2026. So it's cool to see just this relationship is going to keep continuously building between WSL and Taiwan. We're going to keep putting on these really fun events, and why not? It's been super fun this week. Waves have looked super just rippable, basically, all week long. We've obviously had, we've watched a lot of heats over the last couple of days. It's going to be hard to think of right now, but I'd love a highlight for both of you.
Ooh,
What's
okay,
your pick?
True.
Your pick
You
of the
go
week.
first, True.
Put
you in the spot.
8-5 and a 7 of Nanaho Suzuki.
Oh,
Love. Jada?
Ooh, I would have to say my highlight, it's not just one specific one, but I would say it was, you know, watching my friends out here and hanging out on the shore with them and with you guys. I think it's been a great trip, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I think that's probably my highlight. Hanging out with you guys and
the social.
the social part.
Oh, that's sweet. We love hanging out with you. Can I have another highlight? Yep. Cheese toasty.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's big shout out to Tuesday Cafe.
Yes. Life savers.
Love
Tuesday Cafe. Their new business just across the road here at Jinzun. We saw a couple calves go down here for Lucy. Probably won't factor into her scoreline here, but maybe just trying to force anything at this point to keep building on her score. She's 55 seconds away from another QS 6000 title in 1 year at just 15 years old. So she would be begging that no waves came through. 40 seconds here. Safi looking for a 6.42 and her first victory on the QS and her first QS 6000 win. 33 to go. Right now, the Grom, she's holding on to it. Sash, she's going to swing here.
Oh, wow.
The last roll of the dice. 25 seconds to go here. It's a bigger looking wave, a stretched out wall. Up into the foam for this first section. She goes to the rail. Starts to slope it out here. She's got to choose the right road. Looks like she's going the high road here. Wave splits in two. Couple more rail carves here. She needs a big vertical section, a big end section turn. You can see looking a little deflated. She's going all the way through. She's given it every opportunity. Goes up for the hit, but I don't know. I don't see that being a 6.42.
I don't either, actually. I think there was a lot of downtime in the first part of the wave here. Let's break this one down. It started off incredibly well. I thought it was going to be one of those really long stretched out lefts, but here you can see kind of a bit of a double wave here, a bit of a crossover, and it just flattens out. She does really nicely to just weave through it and keep that speed here, but there wasn't too much juice to it until the very last turn again. So the judges, I've seen, don't love that, you know, that downtime. She surfed it at the best she possibly could, but I just don't think that wave was offering her that 6.42 she was looking for.
So we're going to sit and wait for scores to lock in right now. See who our champion is going to be. Sap, she's going to be trying to paddle back out and across just to get in. It scores in. It's a 3.17. So your champion right now, Lucy Dara, the 15-year-old, 2 QS 6000 victories in 1 year. That is unheard of for someone who is still so young. We're going to go to an ad break and find out who our male champion is going to be right after this.
This is the smoothie I've been waiting all day for. I'm going to start with a couple bananas and then mixed berry frozen blend, my favourite. Bonsoy almond milk and heaps of peanut butter. Nice little bit of coconut to finish off. Get that in ya.
back to the Taiwan Open of Surfing. Great scenes on the breakwall here at Jinzun Harbor as 15-year-old surfer Lucy Darragh from the south coast of New South Wales, Australia, makes her way up the beach victorious, her second QS 6000 event win for the year. Chris Binns in the booth, being joined by one and only Di Wacko.
Hello, that was a great final from the women's. Lucy Darragh got a win. This is the second time in 1 year QS 6000. She's having a great year so far. 2 wins in the QS 6000.
As we see Reef Heazelwood opening his account, plenty of drift out of the tail. He said earlier he loves these lefts, and he is going to tear into them. So you're doing some quick maths on the women's side of proceedings, and I would imagine that Lucy Darragh, with 2 QS 6000 wins to her name, has moved herself either first or second on the ratings for the Australian QS. So very, very close to qualifying for next year's Challenger Series. It's just 15.
Just 15, and gets a qualification for next year's CS. On screen we have Reef Heazelwood in blue up and riding. This is his first ride. Comes in 2.00. This is Riaru Ito. Ito Riaru の2本目のライディングですね。 3.00 になります。そしてこれが伊藤リアル2本目のライディングになります。大きなフローターターンですが、この後肩が続かないこのライディングで 2.50。 This is the last of Reef. I've been riding huge layback turn. It's just 2-turn combo, but that comes in at a 5.33.
All right, so an entertaining first 5 minutes. Reef Heazelwood with the better of it, a 5.33 and a 2 sees him in the lead. Raru Ito has priority, and while these guys take a little breather after the first stanza in the men's final, let's go catch up with Jada Lagarde, who is talking to a no doubt exuberant Lucy Darragh, winner of the women's Taiwan Open of Surfing for 2025.
All right, I am down here with Lucy. Second QS win, not any QS, but a 6,000. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I just can't believe it. I just have no words.
You are surfing incredibly well, and at only 15 years old, you weren't even going to be competing in these QSs. Would you believe if someone told you earlier on that you would have had these 2 wins?
No, I didn't even know if I was going to be doing these comps, and it's been a crazy experience doing them, traveling to all these amazing countries, surfing against some of the best girls in the QS in the world. Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, so what are you going to be doing after this? What are your plans in the near future?
Oh, I've got World Juniors, ISA World Juniors coming up soon, later in the year. Yeah, just going to celebrate.
All right, and we were talking earlier in the booth with the Starlings. Is it your shout tonight or your friend's shout tonight?
I reckon Sappy's got to shout me tonight.
All right, and I'm sure there's so many people out there watching you right now. What would you like to say to everyone?
Oh, just first thanks to my mum and dad. Wish you guys were here. Thanks so much to Jezza Surf Club and Wary Board Riders for always supporting me, and all my family as well.
All right. Congratulations and thank you so much. Back to you guys in the booth.
You beauty. Thank you very much, Yada, and congratulations to Lucy Darragh. 15, and with already 2 QS 6000 victories to her name. There's plenty of amazing surfers who go their whole career without tasting as much success as that, and to do it at just such a tender age, it's pretty incredible. And the future is bright. We've seen Lucy Dara claim a win at Nias, a big, heavy right-hand barrel. And now we've seen her do it in the long-running lefts of Jinzun Harbor. So she's obviously got an incredibly well-rounded game. The South Coast, New South Wales breeds those kind of surfers. You look at Owen Wright, you look at Sally Fitzgibbons, and yeah, big powerful waves and a mixture of beach breaks and points and river mouths and breakwalls and all that kind of stuff. It is a breeding ground for versatile surfers, and Lucy Dara is looking like she is well on her way to joining some of the big names that have come from her home region.
Well, that really is the second win on the QS 6000 is just amazing result for her, you know, on 15 years of age. And well, that's such a young age, and getting second win on the QS 6000, that's amazing. And then in this heat we have Reef, who took out first QS 6000 win in a Nias, Krui Pro, so he's on the way to the second in this heat, and Riyadu is actually first time being in the final, so it's a great matchup. Right.
And this is also the first opportunity, second priority, one of many just under 21 minutes.
That's right, yes. Last year, Keijiro came second in the four-man finals, and unfortunately he got knocked earlier round this time. But yeah, it's exciting actually for me to be able to witness such a great heat here. So Riyadu could be a first Japanese man to take a win here at Taiwan. Obviously, you know, Amuro Suzuki women's side, she took a win in a World Pro Junior a couple of years back, so that was amazing as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
I like for Riyadu, I feel like his surfing has been so important this whole event. I feel like each heat he's had is lifted. So, and then Reef as well, and last week this is just such a tough final to pick because they both have such incredible ways at how to read this wave here at Jinzun Harbor. And Ryadu's snaps are just they've probably been my favourite of the whole event. Just seeing him and how good.
Right.
Yeah, really. I just ran outside before and it's windy.
It's super windy outside.
I'm blown away by this wind. It's definitely windy, so you know we're really lucky to be almost wrapping this event up.
Right. You know, and those two surfers are the surfers that you don't really expect what they're gonna do on the wave. So it's so entertaining to watch. And you know, I had a chat with Riyadu just before the final, and he said this is one of his favorite spots to surf. So definitely that helped him to surf here. On screen we have Reef up and riding first, big carve to the big layback, and just kicks us a two-turn combo, but he's already locked into 5-3-3 in this final. So he is, you know, feeling he looks great in the final.
Obviously, he's been doing so well making it to the finals. He's been repeating. But I feel like we haven't seen the best of him yet. I feel like he's just been in, like, not cruise control, but not his best.
Right.
And I think that's kind of scary coming into this final for Riyadu. I think Reef has so much more to give, and he's got, you know, he's sitting at this really awesome level where he's been super consistent, but I reckon he's got a little bit more fuel left in the tank for this final.
Yeah, and we talk about Lucy Dara having won 2 QS 6000s this year. Let's not forget that Reef won the Krui Pro. So can he join the club and be another one who does that, joins the 2 Wins Society. And this is obviously not Krui, but the long running left. There's some comparisons that can be made to Ajung Bakor over there in South Sumatra. Reef, he's been doing this QS dance for a long, long time. A second in 2021, he won it in 2023. Currently sitting third. Hasn't quite had that success on the Challenger Series that we all kind of feel he's due. So is this the sort of springboard that he needs to really take some confidence to the Challenger Series? The next event at Pipeline is really going to be an amazing addition to the Challenger Series, because it's gone from beach breaks and some mid-tier points to all of a sudden the most famous heavy wave in the world. And Raro Ito, he's proved himself out at Pipeline a lot over the years. Reef has put in plenty of time in Hawaii. There's going to be some guys on the Challenger Series who really step up. Same with the women's side. And it's exciting times at this level right now.
Yes, he is, and I don't think he's getting a good result this year on a CS tour, but he's surfing great. His surfing is just there, and who can take a win in the Challenger Series level. He just hasn't figured out how to be in the good rhythm with the ocean. But I think this event, he just figuring out how to surf like he surfs in the free surfing, and he's just enjoying the heat. Yeah. Right. Right, and yeah, it's working really well. And every heat he came in, and he's stoked with his surfing and heat. He just enjoyed. This is one of his favorite spots to surf. So he just surfed there like he surfed in a free surf or like a back home. On screen we have Real Ito. Ito Real さん、この波は少し早かったようです。3本目のライディングはプルアウトで終わりました。
Yeah, 15 minutes to go. I wish I could remember who it was. It was one of the young Aussies. I'll get back to that. Here goes Reef Heazelwood. He's got the wind at his back. The first turn was huge. Second turn, nicely done. And now he'll look to get a bit of bonus work done down the end. He's still chipping away at this one, but that first turn, the judges really want to see open up and attack that first section, and he did it very nicely.
Well, that first time was huge. A lot of spreads at back, and straight into the second turn, nearly off the balance, but recovery really well, and Cameron section gets this tail release carving to finish off. That's great three-turn combo. The two-turn combo comes in at a 5-3-3, so it's going to be another number.
All right, behind him, Raru Ito. Similar looking wave, maybe not quite as vertical, but that turn was huge. Unfortunately, it goes down, I'm assuming.
Right, that was just
hang on.
One of the biggest turn I've seen, but well, 伊藤リアル、これが4本目のライディング、1発目綺麗なカービング、そしてこの2発目非常に大きなレイバックターンを見せてきたんですが、前に出てこれず決めていたら大きなスコアになっていたんじゃないでしょうか。残り時間が13分40秒。Right.
Got in so far into the very top. Let's see it again. Oh my gosh, wow,
7.50 for the three-turn combo from Reef Heazelwood. Wow, that's a huge number. That put a lot of pressure to Riado now. And he did, but unfortunately he went down. But if he could have made that turn on the second turn, Riada's got another great score.
flashing back to the replay of Reef's wave, it was beautifully called, True, and the key word for mine was strong, because that second turn, so often this week we see the surfer try and make that and the wave races off without them. Reef just stomped that, and every squat and calf raise and whatever else he's done in the gym just came into play, and instead of the wave racing off without him, he was able to stomp it and get that big pump in, get a bit of squirt of speed straight out on the face. And as you said, the last turn was just the cherry on the top, but those little bits all count, and they can turn a 5-5 into we just saw a 7-5 for Reef. So yeah, at this level you have to cross your T's and dot your I's, and Reef did that beautifully to maximise the scoring potential on that last wave.
Yeah, I think right now for Riadu, it's all about completion.
Right.
Riadu, his next wave, he's pushing for the second. Because see how explosive his surfing is, and how critical it has been throughout the whole event.
First priority blue, second priority red. 7.5.
Right, and a good thing for Riado is now he's under priority, which means he can get any wave that he wants. And then with that, he's getting those smaller ones and getting 6 and 7s on the smaller ones. So definitely there's still plenty, opportunities for Riado. So, even he has a second priority. And he knows this spot really well. He just loves this spot. He surfs often, and he knows what kind of wave he wanted to get. So definitely he's not done yet in this heat. There's still 10 minutes left. Right.
Even though Reef has a 7.5 and a 5.33, two really great scores, he's not safe because Riadu is just, he doesn't give up. He's always
Yeah, for sure, because, like you said, Reef with a 7.5, he's not in a safe place. As you can see on the screen, Reef is just following, Riadu's all the way from right to left. So definitely he's trying to get away from Riadu now.
Dai, I want to pick your brain as a Japanese expert. Raru is from Miyazaki?
Yes.
So that's sort of southwest of Tokyo and Honshu and Chiba and Shonan, where you're from. Similar body of water to here. Raru would be used to surfing in these kind of typhoon conditions, right?
Right. And 伊藤リアル5本目のライディング、さあここで大きなターンを見せてきました。That was beautiful surfing from Riadu. Right. He's not done yet. He got it under priority. Reef let that one go, and Riadu got it. Well, it was a hard takeoff, but still gets the first turn in, and this big section ahead of him just hit it super hard. Didn't get a rotation, but that was a cool maneuver.
Yeah, I probably liked the revert more than if he had spun it around quickly. There's so much style. He is one of the steeziest guys at this level. What's Raru like on dry land? Is he kind of the cool character that he comes across as?
Yeah, he's really chill and calm guy, and I don't know, but if he doesn't really speak much, he does speak, but he's really quiet guy to me, and he's just chill and a nice guy.
Lets his surfing do the talking.
Yes, exactly. He charges, he does crazy air, he does crazy turns, so definitely, his surfing is speaking just for him.
I heard Mason Ho once say it was all about speaking quiet and surfing loud.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly who Riadu is.
But that's hilarious because Mason's one of the loudest people you meet on land and in the water. But Raru Itu last wave was a 5.67, so he's back up in the mix. He now needs a 7.17. We know he's got that in his armory, there's no doubt about it. But Reef Heazelwood, he'll be looking to upgrade his 5.33. Reef in the box seat, has the upper hand, has priority. Priority hasn't been much of a factor this week. If anything, it's been a curse often. Raru can now roam around on the inside with no pressure and have a look at whatever he wants, take off on things, kick out, just keep catching waves, keep moving. 7 minutes to go. Two of the deadliest goofy footers in the field are matching up. Conditions jumped up significantly overnight. There's a ton of energy and swell in the water. The swells come around a little bit more from the west, which I think is why the two peaks have become more clear today. All of the action is going on the more southern of the peak, which offers you that longer running left. But the bailout, if Reef or Riaru need a Hail Mary in the last moments, they can bolt north and try get themselves on a little right into this wind section coming towards them. That's a perfect condition for a big backhand air, and both of these guys have an array of aerial manoeuvres in their kit bag.
Well,リアル6本目のライディング 7.17 が必要。大きなフローターを見せますが少しバランスを崩してしまいました。先ほどのライディング 5.67 をスコアしています。 7.17 で1位のポジションにジャンプアップします。残り時間が5分50秒。It was really hard wave, difficult wave to surf on. It has a little white water on the face, but definitely, like you said, it was a hard, tricky wave to surf on.
It was unlucky, but every cloud has a silver lining. At least he fell on the first turn, so he hasn't put himself way down the beach. If that had happened on a big closeout with a score on the line, he'd be paddling 200 metres back into the teeth of this wind, a little bit deflated. Whereas that, with no priority anyway, he's already back sitting next to Reef. It's drained him a little bit of energy, a little bit of an adrenaline spike, but beyond that, no real harm done. So just seek out the positives.
Right. Well, 5 minutes left on the clock. Well, this heat goes so fast. Already reaching to the last 5 minutes mark. On screen we have Japanese crew just cheering for Riaru. Mirai, Nanaho.
Andy Dos Santos in the background.
Wow. I'm pretty sure he knows, what wave he wanted to catch. So definitely he's just waiting for the right ones. He's not waiting for the bigger ones because I'm pretty sure he knows the bigger ones aren't that good. But definitely he's just waiting for the right one. That one give him plenty of wall to walk on. Definitely he's not gonna go. If he sees that one, then he would go. But I was wondering what Reef would be thinking right now because he's in the lead with a 7.5. That's a healthy number, but still, I don't think he's in the safer place. Right. Wow, that was a great move from Reef using his first priority. Nice first and a little bit foamy on the face. Still get in the air. Unfortunately, he didn't ride out of it, but definitely it was a great defense game from Reef. Heazelwood. Now Riaru has first priority with 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 伊藤リアルこの波で 7.17 が必要ですがこれも前に出てこれません。
Alright, so nothing coming from that last exchange. Reef Heazelwood, yep, he took that wave as much to keep Raru off it as to try and build on his score. And with him going down, he's not going to build on his score. Raru, he knew he had to push it. He did, but he's gone down as well. He'll get priority here though, so if anything, again, if you can take a silver lining, it's that Raru is now going to grab priority. You have 2 minutes, and at this level, you see it on the CT all the time. It's a matter of just holding your nerve.
Right.
You can't take off on a wave for the sake of it. You just have to sit and wait until the opportunity arises. The one thing he's got going in his favour, the judges have made it really clear, and that's what good judging does, is it's instructional through an event. And we've seen the judges today, they will happily throw you a score for one turn as long as you commit to it. So there's not going to be any half measures from Raru Ito. He knows that if he gets one wave with a short wall and a big section, if he goes for it and sticks it, the judges are going to reward that. If he gets a long wall and taps it a bunch of times, the judges won't even look twice at it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's a little bit of a change of plan from Reef. Didn't paddle towards the Riadu now. He's staying only inside with 1 minute on the clock.
1 minute to go. This time, 5 years ago, we saw Reef and Jarvis just paddling up and back and up and back. Here goes Raru Ito inside the last minute. He needs a 717. It's going to take something spectacular. He's not going to hold back. He kicks the tail up and over that one. It was a beautiful turn. Not sure it was the wave. Talk us through it, Dai.
斉藤リアル8本目のライディング、一発目カービングターンを見せて、ここは走った先にあったでかいセクションに大きなターンを入れてきました。素晴らしいライディングでした。このライディングで 7.17 が出るか、出ていたら第一のポジションに上がってきます。20 seconds left. Well, that's a huge finishing turn from Riaru. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a 717.
There it is, a 4.83. So it is looking like time is going to run out. And after coming second previously, this time around it's Reef Heazelwood hoisting the trophy here at the Taiwan Open of Surfing. This has been a happy hunting ground for him over the years, but he will be thrilled to finally take a trophy that I think a lot of us have felt he could have picked up a few years ago. This wave's built for him.
Wow, this is the second win on a QS 6000 in this year. That's another second win so far. That's amazing result so far. And this is the last QS 6000 of the season. How good is that, finishing with the win?
Series campaign. We just saw the rankings get updated for the women. Lucy Dara went straight up into the lead.
Wow.
So feeling like maybe Reef could do the same as well. So we are dusted for the event. Wow. Massive congratulations to Reef Heazelwood. What an incredible event he's had.
Well, that was a great matchup, and huge congratulations to Riaru Ito as well. It is the best result for him as well. He is currently in the 30th place, but definitely he jumped up the ranking and he'll build up a lot of confidence in this event.
And here goes Reef making his way back up the beach. Thankfully it's a bit of a mid-tide right now, so there is some beach. He can walk back, because often you can get swept away down there. He'll go past the army of local photographers. You can see the wind is buffeting him around. He will not mind one little bit. He'll get a huge response from all of the Aussies who are left supporting their last man standing. Oliver Rissenbeek, who he's been travelling with, will feed off that as well. And yeah, these are great scenes. Random tourist guy, he got a high five as well, so it's all happening. And, well, I might go down and see if I can catch up with Reef, and I'll let you guys round out what's been a very entertaining event. Thank you very much, Di and True.
Thank you, Binzi.
Thank you so much.
Wow, look at that. How cool is that for Reef?
Well, definitely he's feeling great right now. You know, when I had a chance to talk to him the other day, he said, well, he had a win in the Krui, but after that, he's not having a great year. So definitely, this is a great way to finish up his 25 season. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in the CS next year as well again.
I'm sure his wife Maddie would be feeling really, really happy back at home. Reef, big smiles. Wow, we're gonna hear from him with Binzi very soon, hopefully. And I think that was just, yeah, wow, this is amazing. Look, he's gonna get a second chair up when it's a little bit safer. Wow. Huge congratulations, Reef Heazelwood. He's fired up.
He's fired up.
We may even go straight into the interview if Binzi's there. Or not yet. We'll wait. We'll wait. Look at the smiles. Oh, there he is. We got him.
We got him. And you got the win. It's 3 years after you finished second here. This must be an awesome moment for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just really thinking of my wife right now, Maddie. I wish you were here, but we're going to celebrate when we get home, and celebration's going to start now too.
Start of the year, could you believe that you'd take out 2 of these?
No, I was having such a bad start to the year, with the end of the season, and so I wasn't even sure if I was going to really keep going. So to get 2 wins, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm back, baby.
Don't talk like that. Yeah, you belong at this level. I think Lucy as well, not sure, but I think you've both just jumped up to the top of the rankings. That must be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I may have done a little bit of mathematics yesterday, so I think I have, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Obviously Leno was so consistent, and sorry mate, but should have been here, so to protect it.
Well, there might be a career as an administrator waiting for you after this, but let's put all those thoughts aside for now. You've obviously got an army of friends and family back home you want to say hi to?
Yeah, definitely. Just want to say hi to my family. I'm sure you're watching, and all my sponsors. I want to say thanks to the boys and the travel crew, the Queens. Just thanks so much, everyone. And seriously, really couldn't do it without everyone. So it takes a team, and so thankful for every single one of you guys.
Meanwhile, here in Taiwan, you've been coming to this event for a long time. You've made plenty of great memories here. Pretty special event, this one.
Absolutely. First time I came, I got second in Javi, and last year result wasn't too good, but I absolutely love it. Like, waves so fun, people are amazing, and it's just such a beautiful place too. So excited to hopefully just continue coming back here.
Speaking of places you've spent plenty of time, the next Challenger Series events pipeline, you've put in seasons galore on the North Shore. How excited are you that the Challenger Series has a wave like that added to the schedule?
Absolutely. Pipe's got to be one of the best waves in the world, and to have that on the Challengers is amazing, because those are the guys that are going to be qualifying for the CT, and that and Chopes are the places that you got to show up and blow up. So I'm actually going to be there just for the warm-ups, and just spend a bit of time there again this winter. So super excited to watch what those guys are doing, and even though I'm not in the event, just put my name out there and hopefully get a couple bombs.
Love it. So what's the plan now? It's November. I mean, Christmas, summer, all that's on the horizon. What do you take with the momentum you get from this win?
I think having the 2 wins, finishing with a win for this year. Might have a couple more events beginning of next year, and just want to take it all to the Challenger Series and keep giving it my best surfing, and show everyone what I've got.
Awesome, mate. Well, we've all loved your performances this week. Let's park all those thoughts of you giving this away because you belong at this level, so congratulations.
Thanks heaps, Vinzi, and thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for being here and supporting, and yeah, just such an incredible event, so love you all.
Beauty, all right. You've got time to dry off, go pick up some oversized checks, and we're going to throw it back to you guys in the box to wrap up what's been an insane week here in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's been an incredible week. Thanks so much, Binzi. Thank you, Reeve. What an incredible performance he put on. And Riyadu Ito as well. Dai, Wacko, what an amazing event.
What an amazing event, and all the great action, and as well as all the crews here. Just such a huge day for the last 4 days, and finishing up before typhoon actually hits us. So definitely massive congratulations to everybody, pretty much.
Absolutely, we made the most of the swell, made the most of the conditions. We are going to throw to highlights for the day. What an incredible day it has been. Don't go anywhere though, because we do have the presentation. That's going to be just as exciting when we actually crown the champion. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
所有热爱冲浪、喜爱冲浪、观看比赛的朋友，往我们这个赛事的帐篷的后方，就是
紧接着要颁奖的样子，
也就是我们滑板场这边，
紧接着要颁奖，对不对？
来移动哦，马上进行我们的颁奖仪式哦。
如果有在综合消费发票超过100块，那个。
All the surfers, all the people, fans who love surfing, who want to watch our surfing, please come to our stage. It's right behind us.
现在比亚梦他会包比亚梦的他会包1件，不知道有没有人？哦，那个他这样，白痴哦，人都走光了，那样。对啊，对啊，然后那个大会服务台那边也再问他一下，就是那个100块发票好像有个换现场参赛消费有换的活动，我不知道今天时间有没有调整。就是你要现场参办买，比如说买1杯饮料，然后就可以拿去那边就换另外一个纪念品。你问他一下，因为今天时间关了动不了。哦，对啊，好 ，OK， 跟你们讲那个资讯，好，拜拜，我先放一下，好，拜拜。哈哈。1.5啊，收少咱12.5。啊，因即马伫遐，咱下要颁奖嘛，就要公分拢出来啊，咱下要颁奖啊，太阳就咧正位，迄个变做迄个所在啊。我先放一点，我再。
好，请大家过来我们队伍会场哦，会场这边哦，我们稍等一下，我们的器材马上就到位了哦。我们颁奖典礼即将在我们这边进行哦，舞台的正后方，请大家广泛我们摄影的大哥大姐，我们的选手、
下水啊，太小啊！
冠亚军都会在这边哦。喜爱我们冲浪、观看我们冲浪比赛的朋友哦，记得来看一下我们最后最重要的颁奖典礼。
Here from Ryan. All right, welcome everyone to the final presentation of the 2025 Taiwan Open of Surf QS 6000. Before I get into it, I just want to say a massive congratulations to everyone who put in a hard yards this week. It was a quick turnaround to punch out what was a very successful event. So the commentators, the judges, the event staff, the athletes, the fans, you're all seen and appreciated. So big round of applause for everyone who made this event happen. On behalf of the WSL, we would like to thank Taitung County Government, Governor April Yao, and the Ministry of Sports. We'd also like to make a special mention to the incredible work of the event organisers who bring this event to life. So thank you, Kathy and her staff. I also want to bring Winston up because he's going to translate for the locals here too. All right, thank you, Winston. Competitions like this would not be possible if it wasn't for the support of our sponsors. So big thanks to all of our sponsors for this event as well. You guys are amazing event partners. We love you. The Taiwan Open is a highly anticipated event that we look forward to year in, year out to come here in November and enjoy the wonderful waves of Jinzun Harbor. So we also have to say a big thank you to the locals, the community who let us steal their waves all week, and we're so grateful for letting us play year in and year out. So big round of applause for the locals here too.
好，我们也在这样的这么盛大的聚会之中呢，没有伙伴的赞助呢，这个比赛是不可能实现的，所以也要向所有的赞助商表达我们由衷的感谢。那我们台湾国际冲浪公开赛在年度赛事中最人期待比赛之一，这一站是相当重要的一站哈。那我们每年的11月回到这里呢，享受金樽港这么棒的浪点，这么棒的天气呢，我们要感谢我们当地我们东河这边的社区热情的接待我们，分享这片海洋，还有现场，还有我们线上所有的粉丝支持你们的选手，让所有人都感受到这边的人文气息跟满满的热情。谢谢。
All right, we've had a huge finals day today, plenty of actions, a lot of amazing performances. So without any further ado, let's hand out some awards. Joining me on stage to present our awards, Will Hayden Smith, the Tour Director of WSL, and also joining us on stage to say a few words, please welcome Tourism Department Director Blake Pu.
好，我们接下来我们就话不多说，我们先请我们的处长交关注，交关注处长来帮我们讲几句话，好，谢谢我们，稍微的支持一下。
感谢大家。首先还是代表市长姚庆林在此欢迎大家，也感谢大家一起来参与这一次的冲浪活动。现场的所有的来宾、所有的选手，还有我们参与的现场的粉丝，还有我们的裁判人员，大家应该算是快要午安了。早安，大家好。好 ，Morning guys。这一次的活动，大家看我的头发，大家就知道现在的风有多么大，然后外面的浪有多么的漂亮。也是这样的风和这样子浪，让我们选手有好的成绩。那我想说，今天透过这一次的活动，我们不仅是能够让国际的选手聚集在台东，享受我们台东最美的风景，我们的好的风、好的浪。另外一点呢，就是透过了这一次活动比赛，也能够培养我们许多年轻的选手，让选手能够看到原来台湾有这么好的一个场地，这么棒的冲浪场地。我们也期许所有的国外朋友，还有台湾各地的选手，都能够来到金樽
judges or the surfers to join this event. The Jinzun QS6000 is not only a contest for all the surfers, but also a great event for the all young surfers, for local people. And we wish you can have a great event here and improve the local. They will learn something from you guys, and we will make this event much more bigger.
Awesome, thank you, Blake Poo. And now it's time to give out our awards. What I would love is our runners-up to come up first. So this guy, he was so impressive all event long. Some of the biggest end section hits we saw maybe in this event ever. Hands, round of applause right now for Ryaru Ito. Please come up on stage. Ryaru, so impressive all event long. It was a great match in the final. And now this lady, she has such a lethal backhand. She locked in excellent scores all week long. The beautiful Sappy Vette, New Zealand's finest. Congratulations, Sappy. All right, huge round of applause to our runners-up of the competition. All right, now it's time for our winners. So second event win for the season for this guy. He is so consistent, so reliable for an event win. Reef Heazelwood, he is your champion for the 2025 Taiwan Open of Surfing. All right, I'm just going to jump in here for a couple of questions. Reef, so impressive all week long. You've already had a win this year. To take another one home must be pretty special.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely didn't come into this year really expecting anything, so to come away with 2 wins is just amazing.
You've been on the Challenger Series before. This is pretty close to solidifying you for the Challenger Series again next year. To be back on that stage, you know, that's the big goal. You must be stoked right now.
Absolutely, yeah, just wanting to get back there. Haven't been competing there this year, so yeah, hope I can do enough to be there next year and yeah, hopefully mix it up with all those guys.
Final words to your family and friends?
Yeah, I just love you so much. Thanks my sponsors. You guys are so amazing, and yeah, let's just keep going big and having fun. So yeah, thanks heaps.
We love it. Congratulations, Reef Heazelwood. Now to invite up this lady, she is 15 years old, just took her second QS 6000 win this year. So impressive. Lucy Dara, your champion for the Taiwan Open of Surfing 2025. Congratulations to our young gun. All right, now a couple words from our women's champion. Lucy, you weren't even going to do these events. Now you've just taken your second QS 6000 victory. What's running through your head right now?
Yeah, it's so crazy. I'm just so stoked, like so grateful to be able to do these events, travel to such amazing countries and surf against like these amazing girls. It's been such a good experience.
You have a lot of family and friends back home. My voice is gone again. You've got a lot of family and friends back home. We'll let you take it away.
Yeah, just thanks to all my family, everyone back home. Thanks so much for always supporting me, and my sponsors, especially Wave Creations, for always having my board styled. And yeah, I'm so lucky.
Awesome. Big round of applause for Lucy Dara, everyone. These are your champions for 2025. All right, we're going to let some photos happen right now. Big round of applause here.
恭喜我们的 Ricardo 跟 Lucy Dara， 我们男女冠军举起我们的金樽的奖杯哦。
So cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of an incredible week here and attending the 2025 Taiwan Open of Surfing QS 6000. One thing we do know for sure, we'll be back here again in 2026 to do this all again. So we'll see you guys next year. Thanks.
How? Oh, mate. I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone off his. Swell's starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're going to get cone today. Yeah, let's go, bruh.